All right, happy Labor Day, ladies and gentlemen. What is up, dorks, dorkims, dorkers, dorkettes? I hope all of you are enjoying your Labor Day. I hope all of you woke up still with that same energy from last night. It's been a crazy weekend in the world of professional wrestling. And we decided, you know what, in the spirit of Labor Day, just, for the one time, go live on a Monday. What is going on? This is an around the point extra, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live here on youtube.com/heel Steven. If you are new to the YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Share it through your entire social media platforms. But what is going on? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? As always, I am Steve. What is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on here? God damn, it's like StreamYards want to be acting up and shit. But what's going on, guys? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve. What's going on, everybody? I am not alone. I'm here joined by the good brother all the way from the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, the one, the only, Walter. Check him out on Twitter, @HamWalter. Walter, what's going on, bro? Good afternoon.
What's up? Good afternoon. Happy Labor Day for everyone that is working or not. We're still contributing. But other than that, it was a long weekend of wrestling, so that's what we're here to discuss about.
Absolutely, brother. A lot to get into. Some people went off last night. We're going to get into that too. But of course, we're also joined by the good brother all the way in Detroit. He is the pride of Detroit, the one, the only, Big Mike. Big Mike, if you could unmute your mic. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going on? I would like to say happy Labor Day to everybody out there as well. And let's try and stay out of drama for once in a while.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, brother. Oh, God, man. What's going on, everybody in the chat? We'll be reading your questions as well. Gentlemen, it's been a crazy, 24 hours, right? We did a live Wrestle Companion. We brought it back. For the one time, it's been a while since we actually did one, but we did a Wrestle Companion for All Out as we sat down and sat through almost 4 hours of AEW last night. I want to thank all of you who tuned in. We're almost at 1,000 views on that, so let's keep that going. Let's get those numbers up. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another one for the next pay-per-view. Who knows?
Right? We'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
Extreme Rules. We'll see. We'll keep y'all posted. But I'm gonna leave it to you guys. All right. I'm gonna leave it to you guys right now. I have a question for all you guys right now.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. What do you guys want to talk about? Oh, wait a minute. Oh man. I don't know how he's doing this. I have no clue. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Chicago, Illinois right now. He's still running, he's still going. Live from Hoffman Estates, Illinois, the one, the only, the two-time Wrestling Observer Booker of the Year, the one, the only, Mr. Tony Khan. Tony, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Steve, around the point, guys. Happy Labor Day. How you guys doing, man? Did you guys enjoy all that last night?
Yes, we did, Mr. Khan. I want to thank you for giving the fans a great show to watch on a Sunday.
That's what I look to do. I always like to give everyone the good shows that everyone wants to watch. Now, I know you guys. I really do. I like Around the Point. I'm on here right now on Labor Day. I should probably be relaxing, but I haven't been able to sleep like the last 48 hours, and my weekend was ruined. There was 2 shows going against me, and there was 1 show, and I'm not Jim Crockett Promotions, damn it. But I know you guys are going to talk about the negative things. That's what I want to be here to address. Anything you guys say, I feel like you owe it to the fans, you owe it to everyone to start off with All Out, talk about that, get all the negative out, and then if you guys want to shit on WWE because those shows weren't good anyways, they definitely weren't All Out caliber. That's fine too,
I hear you, Mr. Khan. I hear you. But what's been on your mind, Mr. Khan? What's been on your mind, man?
What's been on my mind is that AEW tag team title match. I mean, how phenomenal was that? I mean, the Acclaimed almost won, and Swerve and Our Glory, they're such great tag teams. They attacked the knee and everything. It was so great. Just seeing a technical masterpiece between Lionheart, Chris Jericho, and the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. I mean, I thought that was really good. I thought that was really, really, really great stuff. Crowning a new interim champion that's not Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. So that was great too. And the trios titles. I mean, yeah.
I hear you, man. Again, it's crazy. I was watching the press conference, Mr. Khan.
Yeah.
No. What really irked me, what really got me going, someone in the media asked.
Thank God. I can't hear you, Steve. There's a bunch of background noise. Wow, how convenient. Thank you, whoever that is.
Come on. No, I was saying, how dare that guy in the media ask about an audible? How dare him?
Yeah. I thought that was very disrespectful to a great tag team in Swerve and Our Glory. Look, I get it. Everyone's saying, Tony, what are you doing? I think my track record speaks for itself. Just watch the show. Shut up. You really don't know shit. Like, just watch the fucking show. That's all I'm really gonna say. To be honest, I'm gonna keep it a hundy with you guys. Just watch the fucking show. What if I have a start? Yeah. Athena and I were good friends, but just watch the fucking show. What do you know? That's what I really want to say. Like, what do you know? But yeah, no, I ain't fucking putting up with that anymore, Steve.
Really, Mr. Khan, you're not gonna put up with it anymore. That's how you feeling, Mr. Khan, this morning?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
By the way, I want to apologize for the audio and all the mics sounding off. We hired a new intern and she didn't really know what to do with the microphones or anything like that. So I don't want to apologize. Steve, can you just keep on the nice picture? We do this. The nice picture.
There you go.
Nice picture. Steve, there's a nice picture. But I really feel like All Out delivered. I feel like it was probably not our best pay-per-view, but probably the fifth best pay-per-view we've had.
Fifth best.
Respectable. Walter, you have a question for Mr. Khan? And since you wanted to say something there real quick, Walter, let you ask your question. I know Mr. Khan's time is very limited right now.
Oh man, putting me on the spot. But why you don't think this was your best pay-per-view? You always hyping up the pay-per-views, $1 million gate. Shouldn't have this been the best one?
I just feel there's some execution errors. Stuff we need to work on. I feel like some of the matches could have been a little bit cut down short. I feel that I feel like there's some missteps, little missteps. And that's not on me. That's on what goes on out of our control. There's stuff out of our control that we can't control, like NXT putting on the show on the same day as us.
But you had a few matches that were short already.
Yeah. I liked a lot of the matches, and I honestly, if you said, hey, what's the sleeper match on the card? I mean, you got to look at Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. That was a really good match.
Really was, Mr. Khan. Really was. Big Mike, do you have a question for the great Tony Khan here? Again, I know his time is limited right now. He's running on. He's literally. I'm sure you're probably running on little hours of sleep right now, boss man. So
no, Steve. I buy it. I'm super excited. Sunday, the Jaguars kick off. I haven't really looked at the soccer schedule. I don't know what's going on with Fulham. Wednesday we got a great episode of Dynamite. Friday we got Rampage. So I'm feeling really good, Steve.
Well, fair enough. Big Mike, do you have a question for the great Tony Khan?
I should kind of, word my stuff correctly. I don't want to, make it seem like it's something that's not going to be, disrespectful to Tony Khan. He's here. He's gracing us. He should be asleep right now after everything that happened. But, how are you going to handle everything, from the media scrum? I honestly want to know that.
What?
Wow, we're talking about.
Come on, Mike.
I want to know that.
They're adults. They can handle it themselves. All right, they're adults. I'm not their daddy. I'm not their babysitter. I'm not there to, hold them and coddle them. They're adults. They should know how to talk. They should know how to represent. Look. If you guys want filters, you can go to the other place. If you want to have a point A person to a point Z person, you can go to Connecticut. But here in AEW, it's an open locker room. You know, not everyone's going to be friends. I mean, any job you work at, like I work with the NFL, there's 53 men on the roster. Do you think all 53 of these people like each other? No. Some of them hate each other. Some of them, like, used to play college football against each other. Some of them, like, even try to kill each other at one point. You know, like, there's a lot of crazy stuff you don't know about. The NFL locker rooms are just crazy. It's just, you know, with wrestling, you know, it's like any other job, and, you know, there's egos involved. That's the greatness of it. That's the greatness of it, Big Mike. I feel like I don't need to control anything. I feel like, you know, that's why I hired EVPs. That's why I hired coaches, and that's why I have these people. They're there to do their jobs. And quite frankly, my job as vice president is to produce the best show possible. Now, Big Mike, were you entertained this whole week? Did you watch Dynamite? Did you watch Rampage? Did you watch All Out? And were you entertained?
Yeah, Big Mike, were you entertained, Big Mike? Were you entertained by the great Tony Khan's production?
Well, Steven, I don't want to. You sound like you're bombarding me. Hold on.
Be honest.
No, I wasn't. I was entertained. You know, I was entertained by, you know, from the beginning. It was some okay parts in the middle, and then it was a big bang at the end, and it was an even bigger bang, you know, outside of the whole thing. But you said your
bigger
piece.
Bang.
You said your piece.
Wow.
You said your piece, and I respect that.
I just want to say, my job is to produce the best wrestling show. My job isn't to worry about what everyone else is doing. I'm here to produce a good show.
1 second. Hey, there you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Thank you, Steve. See, Steve's actually appreciating me. Maybe I'll take back what Chase Covington had to say about you and everything. But yeah, you know, he'll Steve in the game. I just wanted to let you guys know my job is to entertain the fans, all the people. That's what I want to do. I want to bring you the best fucking wrestling product around. And you know what? There's going to be drama. You don't think in Stanford there's drama? You don't think that there's people bitching behind the scenes? You don't think there's people frustrated in that little gymnasium they have over there called the Performance Center? No, there is. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's going to be drama. But at the end of the fucking day, I put out the best fucking product. And that's what all that fucking matters.
I think people forgot too. There used to be drama back every freaking day in Nashville. Back
exactly. They're just not adults. Be adults. You know what? And I'm not. My job is not to be their daddy. I'm not there to call them. I'm not there to tell them, oh yeah, you guys are special. You're great. They're all great. That's why I fucking signed them. If you're signed with the AEW, you're part of the best fucking roster today.
Wow. Okay. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but that to me just gave me the vibes. You know what? It really just gave me the vibes
Raw
of
American Steel. I got the President of the United States. Dragon Energy.
Oh, by the way, Steven, he actually wants to talk to you. I'm hanging out with him right now.
Really?
Oh,
You're hanging out with
wow.
Chase Covington right now. Okay. Bring him on.
Stop by Chicago.
He's in Chicago. Look at this. He's in Chicago. I can't believe this. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this day we see Tony Khan chilling with Chase Covington? Holy crap. Let me just what's going on here? What's going my system is acting very funny. There he is. Champ, how are you?
I'm doing great, Heel Steven. I'm over here. I'm driving Mr. Khan. He doesn't want to be on camera right now, right, Tony? Yeah, he's just chilling right now. You know, we're just here. We're going to go pick up some mamacitas on the beaches of, you know, we left Chicago, actually, Heel Steven. He drove on his private jet. He's back here in Florida. And now we're going to go to the beaches and pick up some mamacitas.
Oh, so you're gonna help Mr. Khan with his game? You're gonna, you know, show him the ropes, if
He
you
doesn't
will.
need any help, Heel Steven. He has all the game in the fucking world. It's called money. He just shows it and all these bitches come to him.
Okay, reading some comments here. By the way, well, technically I'm champ now. I beat you in Yugi. I beat you in Uno. But did you watch All Out yesterday, champ?
Sadly, I did. It was one of the weirdest wrestling shows I ever seen. I was
whoa. Oh, look, see what you just did. Oh, you just made him mad.
No, he told me what he liked and didn't like on the show. I disagree with him, but, you know, when you're hanging out with Raw American Steel and Twisted Sex Appeal, you can't get mad at it, you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, see, Tony and I are friends, Heel Steven. We know how to talk. We know how to do dialogue. But, you know, the show was kind of funny. You know, I thought it was hilarious.
Hilarious, you say? Hilarious. Okay.
Yeah,
In what aspects? In what aspects?
I like the part where the little dude with the little horn mask came and he Marty fake newsman that casino chip, and then afterwards, see him drunk, ended up winning the title again, and then all of a sudden, the little demon guy came out, and it was some jobber that looks like me.
Jobber that looked like you. Wow. Okay.
Jobber, wow.
Wow. Okay.
You gotta piss off the people in Long Island for that one.
Gonna piss off the folks in Long Island for that one.
They're already pissed off enough. John Jones just keeps ruining his reputation over there.
That's gonna leave a mark, champ. That's gonna leave a mark. But anyway, I'm sure you are aware. I know that had nothing to do with what happened this weekend in wrestling. There is a UFC pay-per-view coming up this weekend. I'm sure you know Nathan Diaz versus Khamzat Chimaev.
Who?
Well, I'm sorry. The Stockton soy boy, as you would say. And Khamzat, some people try to pronounce it Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh, Cumshot. Yeah, I love Cumshot.
I'm sure you do. What are you? What's your bold prediction for the fight, champ? What's your bold prediction, Mr. Covington, sir?
I mean, it's just they're feeding the cum shot everything. You know, he needs all the help in the world. He can't fight real fighters. You know, I was offered to fight Heel Steven, and then all of a sudden, Uncle Fester had Dilbert tell like some random news reporter that I have a broken neck. I can't even feel my hands anymore. I might be out till March. Like, what kind of report is that? Who's reporting all this fake news about me? And then like I'm just playing poker. I'm waiting for a fight. There's all these fake news reports. Oh, I can't fight because of George Masvidal. I can't fight because of Dilbert. I apparently can't walk, Heel Steven. That's what they're telling me. I can't walk. I have no legs anymore. Apparently,
but you're driving. How is that possible? You're driving.
Exactly. I'm driving right now. But Heel Steven, the reason is because you know they want to give this guy a title shot. They love that he's international. It's always the international fighters that get the opportunities off us Americans. Us Americans, we already have a fan base. So people like us who we are not. But if you're from Europe, if you have some sort of international background, they're just gonna shove you down our throats. I mean, look how many times Damian Maia has gotten a title shot. The guy can you put that shit down, Heel Steven? No one drinks that trash. No one drinks that trash, Heel Steven.
Oh no, man. Sorry, you know, I was thirsty.
But anyway, as I was saying, it was all fake news. It was just trying to get me out of the picture so that way they have a reason for Khamzat to get an easy win or for Cumshot to get an easy win. They just want Cumshot to fight Leon Scott or Marty Fake Newsman. They're trying to make sure I don't get my title shot again, Heel.
I believe it, man. You know, and I think, you know, it's going to happen. I think if they're smart enough, they should realize that, hey, maybe you should be the one next in line. You know, not.
I am ranked number one. I mean, what's going to happen? He beats someone that's unranked in our division, whose big highlight win is knocking out a leprechaun. Like they're going to give him number one contendership for that?
I don't know. It looks like also there's potential fight. I believe in MSG between Michael Chandler versus Dustin Soyboy Sourier.
Who's that?
You know, the guy that said that called you out at one time on site, and you called him out, and he was nowhere to be heard. And instead, he's trying to pick a fight with Michael Chandler.
Dustin, yeah, Doofus Dustin.
Yeah, that guy. What's your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. I'm not going to watch the fight, but I do want to know: is Big Mike ducking my boy Tony? Because I heard he wants to do some wrestling Jeopardy.
Are you Big Mike? Are you ducking the challenge of the great Mr. Tony Khan? Tony, is the offer still there to Mr. Khan?
Oh yeah, I really want to challenge him in Wrestling Jeopardy. I really think that I could beat him in the game.
Big Mike, the people are waiting. Wrestling Jeopardy. Oh, he froze. Oh, damn. There he is.
He froze just like Marty Fake Newsman when he got head kicked.
Oh man, that was below the
to
belt.
answer your question, no, I'm not ducking. And if we can come to terms, I accept his challenge.
Let's fucking go. Oh, I can't wait. Hey, we'll plan it out. We'll do it on one of the episodes of Around the Point. It'll be fun. We'll set up the Jeopardy. No. I think to be fair, I feel like we should each get a good allotment of questions. I feel like we should split the questions for Jeopardy. I believe there's 25 questions of Jeopardy. I can't remember. Chase Covington, do you know if there's 25 questions for Jeopardy? I don't know. I don't watch that jobber shit, Tony. Yeah, he doesn't watch that jobber shit. Yeah. I feel like we should. Steve, how do you feel like it's fair? You know what? I feel like Steve and Walter should set up the questions. That way it's fair. Because, I might go with some 1940s wrestling. I might go with some ECW. I might go really, really hard. And I want it to be as fair as possible. So Steve, Walter, once you guys get your questions rounded up, I'm there.
Respectable. I think that's a fair what do they call it? Fair setup. Walt, would you agree, Walter? Would you agree with that?
I think it's perfectly fine, so that way there's no rigging. It's with two people setting it up, there's definitely going to be no
I just don't
crazy
want
shenanigans,
I don't want Mike to be mad when he doesn't remember who won the NWA championship in 1983, in the municipal. So I don't want to. I want it to be fair.
Mr. Khan, sir, I have a question for you too. I know you're riding right now with Chase Covington. We all history has it. At one time, you booked Chase Gage on your show. How did Chase Covington feel?
We're gonna book him again. In fact, he's banned.
Okay.
He's banned.
He's banned.
Wow.
Chase Gage is banned from AEW. What the?
Why?
For right now, yeah, Heel Steven, stop trying to drive away our friendship. You keep bringing up Chase Gage. The guy's a loser, all right? He's retiring in October. He's retiring. He's done. He's done for, Heel Steven.
Don't you wish he would have been you, though, retiring?
But...
What was that, Heel? I couldn't hear you.
Wouldn't you wish it would have been you, the one retiring Chase Gage?
No, man. I gave John Moxley some dragon energy. I went up to John Moxley. I said, "Hey, man, you're like kind of one of my favorite wrestlers," and dapped him up. Yeah, kind of. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like any of these guys, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that not how that was supposed to go?
Yeah, we just dapped it up and everything. I think my favorite wrestler is Triple H, to be honest.
Triple H.
I feel like that kind of wraps up.
What are you
doing? Hey, Steve, I was going to come on later on in the show, talk about some Worlds Collide, Clash of the Castle. But I came on here and it's crazy. Chase Covington, who I just talked to not too long ago, Tony, sitting right there, pretty funny. Hey, Tony, I just want to say I watched All Out. Really good show, man. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute what you did there at the end. Stop it. I know what you're trying to do, Hunter. Just Paul. I'm just going to call you Paul. I know what you're trying to do, man. I'm not trying to do anything, man. I'm over here, and I'm just trying to congratulate you. But we had a really, really great show. Steve, I look forward to listening to your review of Clash of the Castle and Worlds Collide. Thank you for covering Worlds Collide, a show that I'm very proud of, part of NXT, and I know that the NXT universe is proud of. So thank you so much, Steve, for, even covering it, because I appreciate that. Steve, don't let him kiss your ass, man. This is ridiculous. Don't. No, you ran those two shows against me. You ran them. You knew it would hurt the buy rate. Tony, you're overthinking. I don't know what I have to tell you. I just produced the shows. I made the shows. We had to make a show. I'm not going to run the same two of my brands in one night, especially when one's in Cardiff, Wales, and one's in Florida,
Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Khan.
So just chill, man. We're cool. And I actually have an issue with what you said at the press conference. You said that we've been treating you badly. How have we been treating you badly? You're the one not answering our emails. You're the one that got mad at us. I don't know why. Oh, you know what, Steven? I feel like that's enough time with me. Me and Chase Covington are going to enjoy the beaches. You can have fun talking to Paul. I'm out of here, Heel. I'm out of here.
No problem, boss man. Well, thank you for the time. Walter, come on, Walter. Come on. How are you? Well, we'll be covering All Out in a momentarily. I want to thank Tony Khan for the time.
I just want to say thank you so much again. Once again, covering Worlds Collide, covering Clash of the Castle, even covering that pissant All Out. You know, it's pretty sick that you're doing that for them.
Mr. H, you were just saying great show to Tony. What's going on here?
Look, he beat our developmental, and he's bragging like he won the World Series.
What the? Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious me. That hurt big time. Oh, man.
Hey, where's my little lower third? Tony got like AEW president. Where's like WWE content creator, Paul Levesque, or Triple H, King of Kings, the game, something like that, you know?
Well, I got you. Hold up.
Yeah, I just want one before I leave, you know. Be pretty cool, you know. You gave it to Tony out of all people. I mean, let's be real.
Damn. Poor Tony.
Creative? Hold up. Triple H.
He doesn't deserve it, though.
Here you go. Here you go, good sir. Look at that WWE Hall of Famer, head of creative.
I am a Hall of Famer. I kind of forget that sometimes that I went in with DX and everything of that nature. Man, I'm about to be a 4-time Hall of Famer. That's crazy. But yeah, you know, look, I like Tony. I like his energy. It's all good fun, you know, and stuff. I know everyone's going to pull up that Bleacher Report article. I don't think WWE is the third developmental, yada yada yada. But let's be real. When he was facing him, most of the time it was developmental. Just being real. But yeah, you know, congrats to him. 40,000 buys, awesome shit. $1 million gate, good for him. I think we did like 5-6 million for Clash of the Castle. I didn't really look at the numbers that well. Yeah, but
he's just kidding.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to put it in perspective of where I'm at in this level shit. But yeah, you know, I'll say this at least. I know how to run a press conference better than him. So.
Whoa,
yeah.
well.
Oh man.
Well. To be
fair, I mean, my world champion didn't just went on a rant. My world champion just didn't went on a rant about random shit. He just asked a nice little reporter to say, acknowledge me, you know.
Indeed, he did. You know, we saw it. Shout out to Alex McCarthy for acknowledging the tragedy.
But yeah, good for him.
Indeed it was.
You know, Steve, I'm gonna try get my good buddy Ariel to interview Tony.
I think that would be great. I think that would be a phenomenal idea. What do you guys think about that, Walter? Big Mike?
Yeah, I would like
I
to
would love
see
that. But
yeah, that'd be very entertaining.
I think if Chase Oliver was here, I think Chase would agree as well. That would be an amazing peace offering. What do you guys think?
Well, yeah. I know you guys got like 8 shows to review. I think you guys are also reviewing CGW or whatever. But before I go, I want to give Walter and Big Mike a chance to ask questions. You know, because Tony did, so I might as well too.
Well, okay, fair enough. Walter, what's your question for Mr. The great Triple H here? What's your question for Triple H? Well, you're not a Hall of Famer. What the hell? There you go. Walter,
oh man, I could be. You never
One
know.
day, yeah.
Intercontinental champion. I mean, but yeah.
Ladies man. Okay, ladies man. All right, ask your question.
I just said Intercontinental champion.
Ladies man. Well, okay, ask your question to Triple H.
Yes, Triple H. I mean,
guys, but before quick, we'll get to reviews in a sec, all right? But Walter, ask your question.
Yeah, we had a dedicated
Steve, once again, thank you for covering the shows, but I think this is more important time than reviewing the shows.
Yeah, so Walter,
I gotta ask an important question here. Damn, now you lost my train of thought.
You lost your train of thought. Oh man,
lost my train of thought. I was gonna ask a very important question about Clash. How does it feel? You know, so a lot of people not a lot of people, but I think it's half and half. Half people were kind of disappointed. You know, you didn't let the homeboy Drew win. But I thought it was necessary, I think, for Roman to still have the belts. But I get what
Walter,
what do you think about the fans?
Man.
The fans that were just like, should have Drew have his moment. He had the theme song and everything.
I totally get that, Drew. Drew's been working really hard for WWE for quite some time. I totally get that. I understand the frustrations of Drew McIntyre not winning the championship, but you got to understand here, we're trying to build moments. We're trying to build stuff that we'll be talking about from years to come. Roman Reigns' title reign, it's truly God mode. It's greatness on a different level right now. I mean, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, who was he wrestling? He was wrestling Happy Corbin. Roman Reigns was facing Brock Lesnar in the main event. There's levels to this, and right now I just don't think Drew McIntyre is on that level of Roman Reigns. Really good talent. Like I said, I think I even said I think Drew and Roman have the potential to be Rock and Austin. But remember when I was going against Rock and Austin, I would lose a lot of those matches. Why would I lose? Because I was not on the level of Rock or Austin. I wasn't at their peak. I mean, Drew McIntyre winning just putting it lightly, that would be like Kane beating Rock at his peak.
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to Drew, that's not a bad thing to be compared to Kane, but
couldn't even put him on your level.
No, he's not there yet. Not yet.
Oh.
Congrats to Roman Reigns for 700 days as champion by Group Hunter.
Yes, I mean, I could at least beat them on a filler pay-per-view or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? It's just right now, Drew is just not compared to Roman. You gotta understand there's levels to this. There's money matches to be made with Roman Reigns. Why ruin something?
Who can stop him?
I mean, there's a lot of options. I mean, we just brought up Karrion Kross. Maybe he's a guy that you can look at as a guy. There's someone returning Monday night. Don't want to say who, but someone's returning Monday night. Maybe he's the guy. There's just someone out there with the creative mind everyone loves. Heck, maybe one of these EVPs that want to leave the company, they can come and try to solve Roman Reigns. We already took one of them. We might as well take them all. But we also got The Rock. If he comes back, a big money match. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. It's no offense to Drew. It's just when you look at the optics of the business, are you really going to look at Clash of the Castle? Just talking to you three and everyone else that wants to listen. You're going to look at Clash of the Castle and say, oh, yeah, that's the show I'm going to go back to. I'm going to remember. No. You're going to just look at that show, who he had his moment, then he loses the belt. Then what? Roman Reigns, you're going to sit there and you're going to keep remembering this dominant reign. I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say, but greatness doesn't come as often,
Mm-hmm. I agree. Makes sense.
Big Mike, do you have a question for the great Triple H here? Big Mike, do you have a question for Triple H? I'm going to let you ask your question right now.
Well, I have two questions.
Two questions?
I have two questions. Yeah. Before I start, I want to say it's a pleasure talking to you. You're my favorite wrestler of all time. I've been watching you since a kid. But my first question is, will there be consequences for Tyson Fury intervening in a cash-in potential? And also, where do you rank your quote-unquote reign of terror with Roman Reigns' reign as champion?
The reign of terror.
Oh shit! Whoa!
Whoa! What
happened? What happened there? What happened?
Why are you showing coming to instead of?
Ask away, Paul.
Yeah.
Ask away.
Sorry about that. I think I lost you. I was looking at Chase Covington's ugly butt. But anyways, yeah, it's funny you say reign of terror. I don't really think it was a reign of terror. I thought it was great. But I don't even think
it was great too. That's just what they call it.
I don't think Roman's reign is a reign of terror either. I think it's one of the greatest scenes you'll ever see. So much in this business, everyone wants guys to be world champion. Like, I see it all the time. You see Sami Zayn walking around, I'll hear fans saying, you should make Sami world champion. Then he wins the belt. Then they tell me, you should make Cesaro world champion. You should make Kevin Owens world champion. Not everyone can be world champion. And that's like the greatest thing about this is that you got a guy who's solidifying those belts. I mean, you got to remember, when we first brought in those Universal titles, people were chanting, like, what is that? They were making fun of the belt. That belt is a young belt. Debuted what, Steve? I can't remember, 2015, 2016. Young belt. It's still growing. the WWE Championship has almost 60 years of pedigree, but that Universal title's still growing. So solidifying the Universal title with the reign like Roman Reigns, I think is important to the business. And I feel like a lot of fans are not appreciating it because they're so used to, oh, everyone gets a shot at the title. Everyone's a former world champion. I mean, let's just be real here. We call Jack Swagger a former world champion. Do you feel like he's a former world champion?
No.
Exactly.
Forgettable, good sir. Forgettable.
And we don't want that. We don't want to create forgettable world champion. Like for example, I'll say something nice about AEW. You know, John Moxley, former 2-time world champion, but he had the interim title for a little bit, or a little, fake belt. He was really the champion. Phil was being a little bitch like always. But when it comes down to it, he was a champion. And then, Phil won the belt back again. But that didn't look bad on Mox. He held the little interim belt for a little bit. He was the undisputed champion. Sure, it was only 2 weeks, but at least you will remember that reign. Just like Rock and Mankind, you will remember those reigns of them killing each other for the WWF Championship. You're not going to remember Jack Swagger cashing in the Money in the Bank, becoming a World Heavyweight Champion. You're just not. He lost to Rey Mysterio, and I love Rey, but he lost to Rey Mysterio. And then your first question to answer, Tyson Fury can do whatever he wants, man. To be honest, I'm not mad at Karrion Kross for wanting to start some beef. Tyson Fury, let's not forget, he is a contracted WWE superstar. He has a WWE contract. So if I was a regular fan, I'd be upset. But it's a contracted WWE superstar that really did not want to see Austin Theory as a world champion.
Respectable.
Yeah, very respectable. Thank you for answering those questions.
Thank you.
You have anything else? Steve? Before I, catch up on some news.
There's a question here from T and Couponer in our live chat here for you, good sir. Who will be the one to finally beat Reigns?
That's a beautiful thing about WWE. Just keep watching. You'll see it. Man.
Fair enough. Well, Mr. Triple H, I want to thank you for the time. I know your time is valuable, just like Tony Khan.
And I want to thank you, Steve, for the time you allotted me. I know I was supposed to come on later. I was going to come on, talk about Clash and Worlds Collide. But then, I saw Tony. He was going crazy with Chase Covington. And I just want to thank you for giving me, and, because he didn't thank you, I'll thank you on the behalf of Tony Khan for giving him time.
To be fair, he has Chase Covington, but after all, on your show, you had the lineal heavyweight champion, the Big Doza, in Tyson Fury. So, thank you, Around the Point crew. Thank you once again, guys, for covering NXT Worlds Collide. Really excited for it. And, just know that if there's any problems backstage to the WWE Universe, we're good. Fair enough. We're good. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the time. Have a wonderful day. There he was, guy. You see, we bring the hits here on Around the Point. We bring everybody. We give you Tony.
Hey, Triple H.
We bring you a Tony Khan. We bring you Triple H. The hits just keep on coming, man. The hits just keep on coming. But I hope it was an honor. Listen, man, can you name me another show? Think about this for a second, guys. Can you guys name us another show on here right now that's going to bring you two of the most, arguably, right? Can we agree? Two of the most important figures right now in the entire wrestling game. Yeah, I'll wait.
No,
I'll wait, buddies.
Exclusive content right here. And we didn't get to the reviews, but it doesn't matter. We had to get these exclusive contents from two of the main guys that ran, multiple shows over the weekend.
Exactly. Absolutely. So without further ado, guys, I know
45 minutes in.
45 minutes in. Let me ask you all the question.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I'm gonna leave it to you guys. What do you guys want to start off with first? Do you guys want to start off with Worlds Collide? Do you guys want to start off with Clash at the Castle? Do you want to start off with All Out?
Let's do it in order in which they came.
All right, so let's start off with Clash at the Castle then. Let's start off with, of course, WWE Clash at the Castle that went down this past Saturday, from Cardiff, Wales. I want to say Principality Stadium. If I'm butchering the name, I apologize. Okay.
Do a quick Google search.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see it right here. Yeah,
the Principality Stadium in Cardiff.
yeah.
They had an
that's what it
attendance
says.
of 62,296 people in attendance. And the one thing I'll say about the show, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Arguably, I'm gonna say this right now, WWE best show of 2022.
Yeah.
Their best
It's
pay-per-view.
up there.
I'll
It's
say,
up there.
yeah.
It's the best
It
one
was
right
the
now.
easiest show to watch this year.
Absolutely.
6 matches. I mean, how can you go wrong?
Exactly.
Right.
6 matches.
3 hours.
And also the fact that, you know what, the UK crowd, well, I know it's Cardiff, but still it's part of the United Kingdom. They brought it. They fucking brought it, man. They let their voices be heard. And more importantly, bruh, I know people are saying WrestleMania UK. The thing with that is, I feel like, you know, for WWE, I know they said they're going to come back next year for a show, and that's awesome. Give them a show once a year in the stadium. The problem, I think, if you're doing WrestleMania, are you going to, you know, risk putting your biggest show of the year at that hour? Keep this in mind. Clash at the Castle started at what time? 1 p.m., 12 p.m., I think it was. Let me see here again. According to this, started at 1 p.m. here on the state side. Are you going to do that
East
here?
side.
Well, stateside, again, over there is a different time. Are you willing to take that risk? That's the question here. You know?
I don't think so. I think that's a huge time difference because we usually start at, what, 8 o'clock? Over there, it's like midnight.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
That's super risky. You talking about starting at the next day. That's
Unless they want to be nice and do a early mania, as in like West Coast side. You know how their manias start at 5, 4. Like the East Coast will get it at 5. The West Coast gets it at like 1, 2.
Yeah.
But that's the only way it'll work. And I don't know if they want to do that.
You know what's crazy? You know, well, I'll get into it when I talk about All Out. But again, I thought they delivered. We all agree on that across the board, right?
Yeah.
Across the board, we all agree on that. And I know there's a lot of folks who will say, you know, the ending kind of rubbed everyone the wrong way, and I get that. I understand it.
What did they expect? Y'all really thought Drew was gonna win?
No. They don't have an issue with Drew losing. I think it's more like you basically made him Lex Luger 93. Now I'm aware some of you probably didn't watch SummerSlam 93. Lex Luger wrestled Yokozuna for the WWE title. It was his only title match that was part of the stipulation. And Lex Luger hit him with the forearm. Yoko went out of the ring, and they were counting to 10. And Lex Luger was counting along with the referee, knowing it was his only title match that he was going to get. And when it was over with, he won by count out, but they hoisted him up. They brought down the balloon, the streamers and shit. And here we are with Clash at the Castle. Yes, Drew lost, but then they kept the camera rolling with Tyson Fury and singing American Pie and Sweet Caroline, all that bullshit. And yes, the crowd in the UK, they ate it up. It was great for that live audience. However,
they ate it up.
Well, you know, they were singing along too. They were singing along.
They were, but it took them a while to get going because they was like, what the heck? Why we got to do this? Because they were actually like getting ready to boo it until they got going.
Drew saved it in a way. I felt like Drew, all right, listen.
Yeah.
But I honestly would have not kept that on the air. They kept the camera rolling. I would have kept that off the air. And you want to post it as an exclusive? Go right ahead. However, I thought the show, hands down, they killed it. Good on them for that. So let's talk about the matches real quick. Quick little, quick 1-2, if you will. I know there was a pre-show match on the kickoff, which I didn't watch. It was Madcap Moss and the Street Profits. Went up against Austin Theory in the Alpha Academy. And, of course, as you would expect, Madcap Moss and the Street Profits got the win. So the Money in the Bank losers still taking L's, right? No one watched this match, right? Nobody watched it here across the board?
Not at all. I didn't even know it existed.
And of course, don't forget about the fourth member of the bloodline. Now we'll get into all that in a
We'll
little
get
bit.
there. We'll get there.
We'll
Hold on.
get there.
Hold on.
Take it easy.
You came along 50 minutes in. We're getting there.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get
This is
there.
the part
Yes.
where we should have talked about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we should have been talking.
But listen,
Don't.
you know, again, we had these big names coming on. We had Tony Khan. We had Triple H.
Yeah.
Listen again. Name me another show. Name me another podcast out there that's gonna
Don't
give
forget
you
Chase Covington. We had him
and Chase Covington. Holy shit!
Yeah.
On
Now
a
he's gonna get on
Monday.
your head about that. See, I had to.
On a Monday. On a Monday. Of all, you know, sober up Monday because everyone has to go to work tomorrow and all that shit. So we kicked off the main card with Damage Control of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the name Damage Control. I don't like it. I just don't. It's just not for me. That is, however, I thought for an opener, it was solid. The UK crowd were singing, "Hey, oh, Bailey, ooh, I want to know, will you be my girl?" Right? In the UK, they always sing that shit, right? And I tried to kill that off, but it just wasn't working, obviously.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I thought they had a pretty, you know, okay opening match, which ended up with Bayley picking up the win against Bianca. She pinned her. Now she's next in line. What do you guys think about the match overall? What y'all thought? Walter, I'll start with you.
I think it was. Oh, okay. Yeah, go with Walter.
Okay. Yeah, the match, I thought it was a solid way to open the show. You know, I'm not a fan of multi-tag matches. I mean, look at All Out, but here, like, it's like I'm not a, because I don't know, I just multi-man match is just annoying. I'll give out, you know, 4 pay-per-views a year. I'll let them do whatever they want. But like this was fine for a 6-man tag. You know, the right team won. What happened?
6-woman tag.
6-woman tag. Sorry.
Come on, Walter.
6-woman tag. I mean, I'm pretty, you know what I mean. But either way, the right team won. Bayley, you know, she did what she had to do, which was pin Bianca Belair so that you can set up that title match maybe in the next pay-per-view or so. So, I don't know. Damage Control, I'll probably get used to the name, so I'm not really going to nitpick that name. But the right team went over.
Big Mike, what about you, brother? What you thought overall on that match?
Yeah, I thought the match was decent to start the show. Nothing too major, you know. Nothing too like it was decent to start off the show like that. But as far as the finish, I think it was Chase that hit the nail on the head with this, with Bayley getting the pin on Bianca to set up their feud down the line to give her an excuse. So if I'm correct on that, then we got to go back to the tape. If not, but. Yeah, I thought it was decent. Damage Control as a name. I'm still trying to figure out why they call themselves Damage Control, because what damage are they controlling? Like the damage of the women's division, or is it?
I think that's the whole point. Yeah, like they want to save the women's division.
Yeah.
Could
okay,
very well be.
I guess, but yeah, I guess it'll grow on me once they start racking up wins of being important.
You know, maybe you show me the logo of the faction, right? Remember, like back in the day, the Nexus had a logo.
The
Straight Society had a logo. You know, the NWO had a you know iconic logo. DX logo had an iconic logo. So maybe if I see the logo and all that shit, maybe it'll grow on me. But maybe if you spell it differently, DMGE or DMGC, you know, like the computer thing, you know. But
yeah, the computer control,
we'll
CTRL.
CTRL, yeah, there you go. From there, we had arguably one of the best matches of the weekend. I'm saying one of the because there was a shitload of good matches over this past weekend.
Nah, you could say it's the best one. Yeah,
no, well, it depends because it
depends. It is.
No, I think this is the best one of the weekend.
It is the best one, not one of the.
I'm just trying to stay safe here because you know how people get, you know, how dorks get all sensitive and shit.
I've seen a couple lists on social media, and this was number 1 on everybody's list.
Okay, fine. So, out of respect to those who made the list, this was the match of the weekend. Okay, but again, you may have another match. You may have another match, and that's respectable also. Okay, putting that out there. We had Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call him, right? I'm not gonna call him by his slave name. What's wrong with you, motherfuckers? I ain't doing that shit, right? There's some out there. There's some out there. Versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. Right off the rip, out came Sheamus with his faction of Butch and the other guy whose name I just forgot. Wait a minute, I have the list right here. God damn it, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. What are you talking about?
Ridge Holland and Butch came out with
the guy
him.
who broke Big E's neck.
Yeah, but what's their name though? The Brawling Brutes. There you go. The Brawling
Brutes. Yeah.
They had it. They came out, and then out came Ludwig Kaiser on the mic, and he introduced Giovanni Vinci and Imperium.
Yeah.
I thought that was badass. They did the whole pose. Now, granted, they don't have the music. They don't have it because of copyright, and I get that. But I don't know either if this is an official main roster call up for Giovanni Vinci.
It should be.
I guess it is. Because wasn't he getting video packages for a while?
Well, they're mostly NXT. But my thing is, on Friday, are we going to see the three of them back together, or was it because they were in the UK? People knew that Walter in that history that he had over there, was it just because of that we're just going to bring him out here for nostalgia? Or I just hope, I literally hope it's a main roster call up.
They should bring them back together.
I think everything that we saw tonight is going to stick.
Well, we mean Saturday afternoon here in stateside.
You're right. You're right about that. But everything that we saw that night is going to stick.
That afternoon.
Yeah. That afternoon.
Yeah. Here in stateside, because I know, wherever you are around the world, maybe a different time.
Yeah.
But I hope it does stay. I hope it does. Now, granted, I like Ludwig Kaiser on the mic. I like his introductions. I like, when he does a little thing in the ringside and shit when Gunther's giving a fucking beating to somebody. I'm going to just say this right now. These two guys beat the holy fuck out of each other.
That's an understatement.
And that's what you want to see, though. For a champion, you want it to mean something. They're fighting for a cause. They're fighting for a championship here, right?
Yeah, a prestigious championship.
Well, the belt itself, it's for
not
a lot
that.
Of folks.
Yeah, but the name.
I know for a lot of folks. In this case for Sheamus, he's done it all. Whether you guys like him or not, first ballot Hall of Famer already.
100%.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The guy that's been most consistent throughout his run in WWE. Even when you feel like, I'm bored of this guy, he doesn't do it for me. Some people, I remember in 2013, people were calling him Lamus.
Yeah.
But it's like, the guy's been around still doing the damn thing. And for him, yes, he's won the WWE title, won the US title, won the King of the Ring, won a Royal Rumble, won a world title at WrestleMania, all this stuff. But the one thing that's eluded him from the very beginning was being the Intercontinental Champion. To be in there with the names such as Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Steve Austin, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, and so on and so forth, people who've held that title, and he wanted to be on that list as well, and to solidify his career. And for Gunther, hey, this was arguably his toughest challenge.
Yeah.
And these two guys went out there and left it all in the ring. Literally left it all in the ring. That's all I can say about it, man. Amazing performance. Gunther got the win when it was all said and done. But I feel like when at the end of the day, we're going to get a rematch. I do feel. Now, I personally feel, and I listened to the Solomon Monster, shout out to Jason Solomon. He did say in his review, and I kind of agree with him too in a way, these guys should not touch until WrestleMania. Let Gunther have this monster run right now as the Intercontinental Champion. Now, granted, he's not going to have this long run like he was, in NXT as the NXT UK champion, anything like that. No. But you give him this monster run as the IC champion, right? Put some respect back on that belt, right? And then WrestleMania. Here we go. Sheamus versus Gunther part 2. Sheamus finally gets his win.
Yeah. I mean, there's many ways. There's many ways to have them not touch. You know, you can do you can do a 6-man tag, but that they're gonna touch. So you don't want to do that. But you can have each person in each three in the group, you know, fight. You know, you can do Rich Holland and Ludwig, or Giovanni and Butch, or vice versa, or Gunther and Rich Holland. You can just have them go back and forth, like just them up until WrestleMania.
But what you guys thought of the match, though? Big Mike, I'll start with you this time.
I mean, we all said that it was gonna be the match, and it delivered, man. Sitting there doing the oohs and ahs, every move, every stiff punch, every potato thrown. Dude, man, when Sheamus did the 10 beats, whatever he calls that for the chest, and and Gunther like escaped and he cracked him twice in the back of the head. I was like, how's this dude not knocked out? Like, he hit him twice in the back of the head very hard. And they just kept going and kept going. They just beat the crap out of each other, and I loved every single second of it.
There you go. Walty, what about you, brother?
I agree. Like, this match was so unique. It stood out. That's why it was match of the night. It didn't even have to go that long. I feel like the match was so good, and it didn't have that many, I guess you could say, false finishes. It was just, they were just beating the fuck out of each other outside the ring. I mean, you could see, like, the welches on both of their bodies. And I know it's a little bit, some people probably wanted Sheamus to win at that moment, but no, you still got to build it up. And maybe eventually Sheamus will beat Gunther. But right now, you got to give Gunther a little bit more time with that belt to at least recover from what, you know, it once used to be.
Yeah, read the comments here as well. Could you do Walter versus Reigns at WrestleMania, IC champion versus Universal champion title? No.
Yeah, no.
There's only one person who I think should be Roman, and we'll get into that once we get to the Roman versus McIntyre match, because it's kind of obvious now, but we'll get to that when we get there. All right. So moving on here, because I want to get this rapid fire. Listen, we've been on now for an hour. Try to knock
next
this
match
out.
should be rapid fire.
I got some housework to do.
Try to knock this out before 4. Okay, try to knock this shit out. Okay. From there we had Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler for the SmackDown Women's title. I honestly did not care for this match at all. Liv got a win. That's all I could really say about it. You knew going in Shayna wasn't going to win, but honestly, I'm not feeling this title run. I'm really not. Still, I'm in agreement with a lot of folk that the Liv Morgan experiment has been a failure. It has been. I'm sorry. I know she's a Jersey girl, all the fuck you want, but this is not for me. I'm not feeling it. I'm just counting it down. I don't know about you guys. I'm counting it down. Charlotte Flair, please come back. Come back. Come reclaim your title.
This match was awful. I didn't like anything about this match at all. I just didn't. I can't watch Shayna Baszler matches anymore. And it's no fault to Liv, but Liv isn't really doing that good either as champion. But Shayna Baszler just makes it 2 times worse to look at, because it's her moveset stinks.
I get that, man. I totally do. 100%.
The match was, I won't say complete. I mean, they tried. I just couldn't get into it either. And yeah, Morgan, they're gonna need to do something with her eventually. Maybe a change, a heel turn change, but I don't know, something.
I think we're gonna get that, but it's gonna take a minute, bro, to process, basically.
Yeah.
So let's move on here. There we go to Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It wasn't more about the match. I guess Edge came out in a mask, right? So did Rey. Dominic didn't get a mask.
Always comes out with a mask.
Dominic's like, "Where's my mask, Dad? Where the fuck is my mask and shit?" Right? it wasn't more of the match. Like I thought the match was fine for what it was worth, right? I love that the UK crowd was singing Edge's theme song.
Yeah.
They were singing it, which was great. But when all said and done, you know, Ray and Edge got the win, but it was more about the aftermath than the match itself, with Dominic Mysterio low blowing Edge. And Ray, you know, being that Hispanic dad, mijo, ¿qué te pasa, hijo? What's wrong with you, son? Like we've seen this shit before. From you know, growing up Hispanic, we know how it is, right? And then you wait for it. Again, everyone thought it was gonna happen during the match. No, they lowered the boom after the match, and then Dominic hit this very stiff clothesline to his fucking dad, yo.
Similar to what Eddie Guerrero did to him back some years ago.
Yes. And just
so maybe that is his dad. Laid him with
a clothesline. And then you have the Judgment Day laughing, which was, I thought, priceless. Now, does this mean that Dominic joins the Judgment Day? I don't know.
I don't think he'll join the Judgment Day. I think this is WWE taking the training wheels off of him finally. So we're gonna see heel Dominic, and they probably dropped the Mysterio too, because he probably don't want to be associated with his dad's name.
But we just call him Mysterio Scuro. I don't know. The Dark Mysterio, the Dark Prince, the Dark Ray Mysterio.
Just Dominic.
I don't know. Yeah,
you know what I mean. But other than that, what's your take overall on the heel turn of Dominic Mysterio?
You know, I think it was about time to get that done. He, like you guys said, he needed to branch away from his dad, and let's see. I mean, I know we've been, you know, we know that he's not really ready. Like you always tell him to go back to NXT. I mean, who knows how this heel turn could work? Maybe.
I still feel the same way. Don't get it fucked up. I still feel the same way.
He's not going to NXT.
Yeah, he's not going to go to NXT. I mean, if he does go to NXT, that'd be good. But
him and Wesley, him and Mello, I'm just saying, the matches you can make, him and Mello, him and Grayson Waller, because him as a baby face, of course, right?
Yeah, but he's not gonna be a baby face. So
I know. Big turn by Dominic. Wonder if Rhea and Dominic will be a new couple. Yes, Rhea will be Eddie and Dominic will be China, basically. It's gonna be that'll be kind of. We don't know. Listen, today's Raw. I'm sure tonight he'll cut a promo or something. That's the big thing. Also, I want to hear him on the mic. I want to hear what he has to say. But I thought his heel turn, the way it was done, it was very well done, very well. You know, so there's that. Moving on here. Let's move on. From there, we go to. Seth freaking Rollins versus Matt Riddle. I thought these two guys killed it as well. These two guys just went out there. Again, it's always the two folks that don't like each other. For real. Who have the best chemistry. Brett and Sean, right? Had a great chemistry. They hate each other, but they had this great chemistry. I'll say this, yo. I'll say this right now. If AJ Styles is the modern day Shawn Michaels, Seth Rollins is the modern day Bret Hart.
Yeah, I mean,
would you agree with that across the board here? People listening in, all that stuff.
He's close to it. I mean, I don't like comparing stuff like that. I'm not really a big fan of comparisons, but Seth Rollins is a workhorse. He always pulls banger matches. I mean, he's been around for a while, and like he's still doing what he's doing. So face, heel, don't matter.
Facts, big facts. But I thought these two guys went out there and killed it. Riddle, even though he came out to Patrick Star trunks and shit, he literally went out there angry. You know, he followed his emotions here. What I didn't like though, this one spot in the match, Rollins goes. We see him do this shit every single fucking time, right? The superplex off the top rope into the Falcon Arrow, right? He hits the suplex, but Riddle counters it into a fisherman buster for a near fall, right? But when it was all said and done, like we said, Riddle fought with emotion, and it cost him, and he lost to Seth Rollins. I say, you know what? Extreme Rules is going to be in Philly in a couple of weeks, right? Sometime in October. I think 5 weeks from now, right? 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Them two inside a cage. Bring the cage. That's all I'm gonna say.
Or they can bring if it can fit. What was that thing that he was in when he fought whatchamacallit in NXT? The fight pit?
The fight pit? I don't know.
Yeah. You think it could fit in that arena?
I think under this administration, yes, they could. I just don't know really, because remember, there's no ropes. You're fighting in a cage, and are you gonna start them off really on top of that, contraction, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, off that structure.
I mean, the fight pit match could be like the first match of the night.
Could very well be.
No ropes, and then once they, yeah.
But what you guys think though of the match? Walter, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I loved it as well. Just because, like you said, they hate each other, so I think that's what makes the chemistry much better. Obviously, they're both professionals, so that's why they could pull this off as well. It felt like, they really had something against each other, and even though it wasn't no DQ or anything like that, they managed to still pull off a good match. They're both good workers. But it made sense for Riddle to lose the way he did, and especially if you continue the storyline. And plus, Rollins has too many losses this year. He had to win this match. But overall, yeah, good match.
Fair enough. Big Mike, what about you, brother?
I thought it was a good match too. I'm gonna be very truthful here.
Shoot away, brother.
Can you see me?
I see you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna be truthful here. I was cutting the grass at the time when this match happened, so I was looking on and off and radio styling it. So, but I could hear the basically how good the match was. I mean, of course they were going to have good chemistry because of everything that's been going on before they even started working together, and the comments made about each other and stuff like that. So, I mean, but I saw it was decent, and no doubt about it.
Fair enough. And again, I look forward to the rematch. I look forward to it even more, and it's going to further the storyline. And then we get to the main event. Drew McIntyre. What's going on, Frantic World? What's going on, brother? The main event. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. I was wrong. God damn it. I know. I was wrong. I apologize to the tribal chief. I am back in the island of irrelevancy. But I thought it was badass, though. They brought back Broken Dreams. Broken fucking dreams, yo. I don't care.
Awesome.
Listen, I don't care if it was part of the entrance and that wasn't his official walkout to the ring. I didn't mind it at all. I did not mind that. But I love what they did there. They brought back Broken Dreams, right? And they played clips of his very beginnings up until now, right? In that video package. And then they had the little sword thing, right? It felt like a big fight feel, right?
Yeah.
For Drew McIntyre, this was literally the biggest match of his life.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it doesn't get any bigger. Yes, he technically main evented WrestleMania, right? In the warehouse. And I know that would have been his moment. Twice. Yeah, fuck it. Big Show. Forgot about that one. And I said this going in, I literally thought the way they were building this up, right? The way they were doing all this shit. I thought tonight was good. I thought on Saturday afternoon it was going to be it. I thought that was all right. It's going to happen here, right? And there you go. You send the crowd. You send the crowd back home happy. That were in that stadium.
Right.
Because can you imagine what would have happened had that happened? Bro, for them, it's like they won the World Cup.
Yeah. They would have went nuts. They wanted to go nuts. Huh?
They wanted to go nuts too. Like literally wanted to go nuts. But I thought their match was fucking amazing. They had a very good match. Just good back and forth. Now, also in this match, the Bloodline were not at ringside.
Right.
They were not at ringside.
So we thought.
So we thought, yeah, that's what you did there. Yeah. There are moments where you thought Drew was gonna win, right? He kicked out of all these near falls. Like they were like, oh my god, this is fucking insane. Also, want to point this out. Also, Michael Cole on commentary, chef's kiss.
So what happens when you take the voice out of his head?
Yes. Granted, it would have been awesome to see. It would have been awesome to see Pat McAfee on commentary, but you know, for whatever reason, he didn't make the trip. It's fine. But there's obviously that moment, right? Where fuck. Everyone thought, okay, it's finally gonna happen, right? What 3, 2, 1, the kick, right? It was gonna happen, right? Yes, there were run-ins. Austin Theory came out. He got cracked by Tyson Fury. That darn Austin Theory came out with his briefcase. Karrion Kross was literally sitting in the front row of all fucking things, right? Just sitting there, heckle with McIntyre. But Drew had this match won, right? 3, 2, 1. Goes for the kick, goes for the Claymore. About to win the match. 1, 2, and then from out of nowhere, right? He gets pulled out of the ring by a guy in the hood, and it turned out that it was Solo Sikoa from NXT, right? And I loved Cole's reaction. Wait, I know that is. That's Solo Sikoa from NXT, the Usos' younger brother.
Yeah.
And just sold that shit like $1 million. And it cost him. The guy speared. He smashed him, speared him. Then he stacked him and he pinned him. And still, the Universal Champion, I believe now, and I think it was T and Couponer who said this in the chat earlier. 700 plus days now for Roman Reigns as the head of the table, the top guy, the champ, if you will.
Yeah.
But I loved it, man, because we ended up leaving the show. The show literally ended off with both, and I'm mad I have the picture on me right now. I'm so fucking mad. I don't have the photo on me right now, but you kind of get the idea, right? Of Roman and Solo walking out together. Just like you see in our thumbnail. Them two walking out together. Can't hate on it. You fucking can't. Big Mike, your thoughts on the match, man?
Yeah, man. Everything that you said, man, is everything that, they wanted. Like, Drew had this one in the bag before Solo Sikoa came out there. All the shenanigans, all of the Karrion Kross, the Austin Theory, Tyson Fury, Solo Sikoa, everything. And then for them to end it off the way that they ended, I mean, yeah, it was awkward. Very awkward. I mean, it was like a boxer send-off. It's something like how Tyson Fury would end his night off, or how a UFC loser would do it too.
1 second here. I just want to do something real quick. There you go. As you were. Because I want to add the photo.
Yeah. And with them, with the sing-along and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with you with that too. That it should have been like an exclusive. We should have saw it after the fact. They should have just, copyright shut it off. But they did what they did. And it was awkward, but it was still a banger match.
Walter, what about you, bro? What are your thoughts of the match overall?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good way to close out the show. These two, they did their thing, especially near the end. It seemed like there was moments Drew could have really won it, which is what you wanted with the crowd to react and stuff like that. And yeah, even the shenanigans weren't that bad with, Theory. We knew he was going to cash in somehow, but how they were going to stop that was interesting, and obviously getting Tyson Fury was the main thing. And yeah, like I think they, Drew, he'll probably have his moment next year whenever they go back to the UK. But right now, you're not going to stop, Roman's reign out of
I
nowhere.
don't know.
Just
I
for
don't
Drew.
know, man. I think for Drew, that was it. Yes, you could do a rematch.
No,
But
not with Roman, but yeah, Roman's gonna
but-
lose the belts by then. He's not gonna
but-
be the champion next year.
No, but
So,
what I'm saying is, yes, you could run the match back at Extreme Rules if you want. But it'd be silly as shit now to have him win here, have him win at Extreme Rules, but you don't have Drew win at fucking Cardiff.
no, Drew's not gonna beat him anytime soon.
I know
Like
that,
he's
but
not gonna beat him at all. I'm saying
Nobody's
next,
beating him anytime
Drew's
soon.
gonna have
There's
maybe a
only-
world title
listen,
moment.
There's only
next
one
week,
guy
so.
who's gonna beat him, bro. We know who that is, yo. Come on.
Or it could be The
Either
Rock.
him or
I
his
doubt
cousin.
Listen,
Yeah.
but if it's Rock, it doesn't need to be for the title. It doesn't need to be for
Right.
the belts. That's all I'm
So
saying.
what do you what do you want Cody to beat him at what Rumble?
I'll
If he
be
comes
honest
back
with
by
you guys.
then?
I don't really think. I mean, here's the thing, right? There's always talks of WrestleMania being 2 nights,
Yeah.
right? 2 nights of WrestleMania,
Yeah.
right? You can do night. You have night 1, Cody and Roman for the titles. Cody wins the belts. Then on night 2, you do Rock and Roman.
Or you can do Rock and Roman night 1 for the belts.
What's
and
going
he
on, Romeo?
beats-
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Romeo? But he beats Rock. He beats Rock, and he basically acknowledges him. And then the next night he loses the belt.
You could do that too. You could do that too.
Yeah, I just doubt. I think a Rock Roman match that has to main event night 2. I doubt they'll put that night 1. That's why
but you gotta
the
make
belt.
you gotta
Period.
make night 1 look good too. You gotta stack up both nights. So
Yeah, I don't
Somehow.
think Roman's gonna do both.
Somehow,
nights,
some
but
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole Cody situation looks like he's just gonna feud with Rollins when he comes back. So,
I mean, you could do like a little quick feud, but until we get to Mania. But I think that's the plan, though. But overall, listen, I know again people were frowning on the ending of it, right? With them singing with Tyson Fury and all that shit. I get that, but nonetheless, I thought overall it was a very good show. Very
yeah, it's
very
just to
well
send
done
the
show.
crowd home happy. That wasn't really anything to write home about, but
Who knows? I'm not sure that creative worked for The Rock, LMAO. Who knows? I would hope Rock puts his cousin over. I agree with that too, but I don't think Roman and Rock need to be for the titles. Doesn't need to be. Especially especially if you know going in that Rock is putting over his cousin. Right off the rip, you should know, okay, Rock can put over his cousin, but it doesn't need to be for the belts. Doesn't need to be. Roman at this point, listen, once Roman loses these 2 belts, he doesn't need to be champ anymore for the rest of his career.
No.
It doesn't need it. So we'll see what happens. We'll get there when we get there, okay? But I thought, again, Clash of the Castle was a very good show, nonetheless. And I thought, again, this was literally the first official show under the Triple H administration. And I thought they hit a home run.
Yeah.
So now let's move on now to the following show on set. Because, bro, listen, there's been so many shows, man. Oh, my God. We now get into NXT Worlds Collide that went down yesterday at 4 p.m. here on the East Coast. Some will say this show was live. Some will say it was pre-taped. I thought the show was very good for what it was worth. A quick show to get you ready for All Out. I was actually watching this on the live stream over with True Heel Heat on their watch along, and it was fun. We had a Gumby appearance. So Wild Gumby made his appearance once again. I don't know how, but he did, So there was that also. But what did you guys think of Worlds Collide? Big Mike, I'll start with you.
Well, I was out and about for the first match of Worlds Collide. Well, I was still out and about for the whole show. but I missed the first match. But the matches that I did see, I thought it was a good show. Um, it was decent. Some title changes. People that won the titles to unify them could have went a certain way, tag titles wise. But outside of that, main event was great. Uh, Talking about guys that never wrestled each other have really good chemistry. But yeah.
Walter, what about you, bro? What you thought of the show overall? Did you even watch the show, Walter?
I actually caught it this morning when I woke up because I wasn't watching that live. But
Don't watch that live, buddy. No.
Too much wrestling in one day. I can't do that. But yeah, the show was good. I mean, it was easy watch. 2 hours. Mello and Ricochet killed it. And then the main event was good. But in general, the show, flowed pretty well. There's not much, it's NXT, so they did their thing.
Yeah. So, So the show kicked off. God damn, I thought I had the results here. God damn it, I thought I did, but I did not.
Well, you know what the opener is.
Yeah, the opening. Yeah, so the show kicked off with Ricochet versus Carmelo Hayes for the North American Championship. So they stacked the show up with a lot of main roster guys too to get them to shine, because after all, you needed to, right? You just needed that to happen, and I thought their match was very well done. I thought Carmelo Hayes' entrance was pretty good. He had all the people that he beat right on the screens with jersey numbers, right? Like, so you had everyone that he's beaten, and now the question is, will Ricochet have his name on his back also? It should. Ricochet came out like the Red Power Ranger from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy for a second there. I think he also had the mid black toes on his feet.
Yeah, Chicago mids. Yeah, black. Yeah, are they called black toes? I don't even know.
Yeah, they're called black toes. Yeah,
they're mids. That's all I know.
Yeah. And I thought they had a very good match for two guys who I'm sure on the independent scene they wrestled each other one time. I'm sure they did. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I thought they went out there. They had a very good back and forth. I just want to see them go at it again. I know people were kind of questioning the ending of it, where Ricochet went off the top rope. He stood on his feet, literally like bent over and shit, and got caught into the roll up for the finish, which I understand. But you knew going in that Ricochet ain't winning this belt. You kind of knew that going in.
Of course, he wasn't winning that belt.
But I thought literally, they went out there and they killed it, I can't hate on it. Big Mike, you missed the first match. So, Walter, what are your thoughts on the first match, bro?
Yeah, I thought this was match. The main event was good, but I like this match a little better. I don't know why. They both had some really good chemistry. Maybe they did work in the past, but either way, you could tell Carmelo Hayes, they're really, really high on him. Doesn't even matter how small he is. They're trying to do as much as they can to make him feel important. And yeah, Ricochet wasn't gonna win, but it was a nice match. Probably, maybe his best match Carmelo Hayes had in NXT. All because Ricochet's a good talent and all, but yeah, the right guy obviously went over.
Yeah. And listen, we said this on Friday's show that we did. They should never separate Carmelo Hayes from Trick Williams. That's an act for life. That is an act for life, yo. But again, great performance. Reading the comments here, Romeo writes here, Braun and Bate top 3 match of all weekend. I can't believe that performance by Braun. If he can capture that in a bottle and be that all the time, he's gonna be great. I cannot. I have to agree 100% with that. So there's that. What's next for Ricochet? Back to SmackDown you go, buddy. Thank you for coming.
Not bad thing.
for reading the comments here as well. Love Ricochet and Mello, but the interference from Trick ruined it for me. Respectable, it's fine.
That was expected. Yeah. Probably should have interfered twice, I guess.
What's up, guys? Happy Labor Day. Is All Out worth watching the replay? I missed the show last night. If you want,
you can nitpick the show. You don't have to
you
watch
can
the whole
nitpick
thing.
it. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You absolutely can.
There's some
Chief.
skippable matches on there.
Yes,
There
they
is.
were. They were. So there was that. From there, we move on to the fatal 4-way tag team elimination. Yeah, Pretty Deadly of Elton, Princeton, and Kit Williams with Lash Legend, by the way, versus the Creed brothers of Brutus and Julius Creed, with Damian Kemp and Brooks and Jensen, who are the current NXT, who were the UK tag team champions from NXT, and the Creed brothers were the NXT tag team champions against Gallus of Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. So they were unifying all the belts here. Before the show even kicked off, in the parking lot, Roderick Strong got taken out, stretchered out, ambulance, you name it. We don't know who was the one who took out. We don't know. So we found out near the end.
Yeah.
I thought their match was okay. It, just there to be honest. And again, I love the Creed brothers. We know how good they are, right? But yeah, man, a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of eliminations came up quick as well. I'm kind of shocked on who won it, to be honest here. Kind of like, a little bit. With Pretty Deadly winning all the belts here and shit, but it's fine. They've been there for a minute now, so it's fair enough. But the ending of it, Damian Kemp turning on the Creed brothers, hitting them with a back steel chair. So could this mean that it was Damian Kemp who took out Roddy? We'll see what happens here, but I thought the match was okay. Nothing to go crazy about here. Big Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, so this was the match that I saw from here on out. I thought the match was good, elimination style, to set the pace. I thought that was a good decision as well. As far as like the people who won, I'm not the biggest Pretty Deadly fan out there. I felt like the Creed brothers should have won that, in my opinion. But with the whole switcheroo on them getting there, who was the guy's name again? I forget what's his name.
Who?
That hit him with the chair. That hit Brutus with the chair.
Damian Camp, Baby Stevenson.
Okay. Yeah. So him hitting Brutus with the chair is. I mean, you could see it from a mile away because he wanted to help his guys, but he turned on them. But as far as like a determinative winner, I felt like the Creed brothers should have been a lock, but I guess not. Maybe they see something I don't with Pretty Deadly.
There you go, Walter. What about you, brother?
Yeah, this was a decent match. All the tag teams got their spots in with these multi-man tag matches, so it makes sense. Getting all as much as they can done here. Like you guys said, I don't know much about Pretty Deadly, but I mean, if they want to push them, go ahead, see what they can do. I mean, I guess they love their flamboyant tag teams. But the Creed brothers, I hope this means like, I don't think they'll be in the main roster anytime soon, but I mean, just to take the titles off of them is just interesting. I mean, it's crazy that they're still going with this storyline. I guess Damian Kemp was going to find a new guy or something to team up with. I don't know. I have questions with that one.
Fair enough. Reading a comment from Romeo. Guys, check out True Heel Heat. I'm sure they'll be doing a live watch along from Monday Night Raw tonight. So go give that a watch later on tonight. Call up the Creed Bros. Call up Roderick Strong and sign Bobby Fish, new Diamond Mine. With Bobby saying he'll go to war for Triple H. I'm mad. I didn't ask him that question early on in the stream because we had Triple H on early today. I could have asked him that, and I'm mad I didn't ask him. Kind of mad about
he can
that.
Stay healthy. Yeah,
hopefully he can. Yes,
yeah.
Indeed he can. I hope so too. But let's see where things go. Let's see. Could this mean a main roster call up for the Diamond for the two members of the Creed brothers? We'll see. Time will only tell. So from there we go on to the NXT an NXT UK Women's Tag Team Unification match here of Mandy Rose defending the NXT Women's Championship versus NXT UK Women's Champion Meiko Satomura, the legend herself, and Blair Davenport. This was, in my opinion, arguably the best Mandy Rose match I have seen.
Yeah.
This was the best Mandy Rose match I have fucking seen. And how long she been in the company? Main roster and all? Since like 2017, right?
Few years. I don't know. I don't know the exact date.
Couple years now, and I thought this was her best match thus far. I love her attire. She had like a little bit of tribute to Lady Liberty from the Glow. I thought Meiko Satomura had a good showing here as well. Blair Davenport as well. And again, I thought Blair Davenport was going to win. I thought, okay, you know what? Probably a main roster call up for Toxic Attraction, who did get involved in the match for what it was worth. But no, who knows? We'll see what happens. But I thought, again, a good performance by Mandy Rose. She got the win. And now we'll see what happens. Walter, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I thought, like you said, that's probably Mandy Rose's best match for sure. I mean, you have a legendary and Meiko Satomura there, and Blair Davenport's pretty good too. But you know, come on, Mandy Rose has been pushed for almost a year now with this title. She wasn't gonna fucking lose. You had to do what you had to do. Yeah, I agree. Probably main roster call up would have been nice, but they'll probably wait a little bit after, which is fine by me. If anything, you could send Toxic Attraction without Mandy Rose. It's perfectly fine. So I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, otherwise, good match. Right person won.
Big Mike?
Yeah. So I thought this was a good match as well. I don't know if it was. Don't put me on the big screen, please.
Okay. Trying to give you the time. Trying to give you, the focal point.
No,
You're giving your thoughts, man. Come on.
I get distracted by myself. I don't want to look at myself on the big screen. But
okay.
Oh my god.
Say no.
Oh, so you gonna kick me off because I don't want to be on the big screen?
I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ. But I don't know if this is Mandy's best match on NXT. I have to look at other stuff that she was on to trigger my memory, but I guess since I can't remember right now, this has to be her best one. So I'm gonna go with that for now. With Meiko Satomura pretty much dominating the whole match for Mandy to win, I thought it was okay, but it was solid performances from all women though.
Yes. Greatest comment from Rome. Mandy's best match for sure. Love the finish. I need Meiko to stick around. I agree with that. I hope Meiko does stick around. Because I know there's a certain someone who, depending who you listen to, signed back with WWE, reached an agreement, her and her partner, and I know this individual wants to wrestle her so badly. So hopefully it does come to fruition. Even if it's just a one-off, just for the one time, Not saying WrestleMania here, and I'm not saying, hey, make this WrestleMania match. But if I'm talking about Sasha Banks, of course, right? Sasha, after all, went to Japan to train with her and shit in her 2019 break. Remember that after WrestleMania? Right? She went to Japan for a week, trained with Meiko Satomura. If you want to take Sasha to NXT for one night, have her have a match there with her, by all means, I'm all for it. Sign me up. You agree on that too? You agree with that?
I didn't hear what you said.
not?
I'm sorry. I was responding to somebody.
Okay,
No,
so I was saying,
yeah.
Romeo says she hopes that Meiko sticks around. I'm like, I agree. Because I know that there's a certain someone who, depending who you listen to, had reached an agreement to come back to WWE, her and her partner. But I know this individual wants to have a match so badly with Meiko Satomura.
It's Sasha Banks, not
Sasha.
Oh yeah,
Sasha Banks wants to have a match. Yeah,
if they can get Sasha Banks back to face Meiko Satomura, that'll be good. I mean, that'll be a nice incentive for her to please her, and I'm all for it. Yeah, if that gets her back to the company, cool.
Doesn't have to be at WrestleMania. It could be on NXT.
Yeah, cool.
It's fine. One of
Cool.
these
Do whatever you got to do.
NXT themed episodes and shit. But yeah, let's move on here. Let's get to the main event of Worlds Collide. We had Tyler Bate defending his NXT UK title against the NXT champion Braun Breaker. I said this during the predictions. I know Ilya got hurt, and I think in a way, had Ilya versus Braun had the match, I just felt like it would have not clicked. For a history standpoint, Tyler Bate was the first NXT UK champion, won it at 19. On that brand, I felt like Tyler Bate, because yes, people will say, I did say who embodies NXT UK, and you guys threw at me Pete Dunne and Gunther, and I get that. But from a history standpoint, Tyler Bate's in that discussion. So I felt like Tyler Bate taking this match with Braun made more sense. And I thought both guys went out there and they killed it. For two guys who never wrestled before, right? And again, they killed it out there. And I will say this right now, this was probably Braun Breaker's best match thus far on NXT in his run so far.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
I know people were kind of upset that Tyler Bate didn't win, but what y'all expect?
That's what I was say. Come on.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna win. I mean, it's Braun Breaker. Come on.
Unless it's a main roster call.
There were people on the internet that were upset about it. Oh, how could they do this and that? To those people, I say, seriously,
congratulations, you played yourself.
100%. Where do they go from here? I have no clue. I hope Tyler Bate sticks around. I hope he does. Likely, obviously, he is, because NXT Europe is going to be a thing, I think, next year. So keep him on NXT for a little bit. For Braun Breaker, I would say do the Carmelo Hayes match. I'd say that or not. Him and Carmelo, do it.
Well, one of them has to be called up.
I know. I think, really, to be honest here, I think Braun's on his way up.
So he's unified the titles, and then now
before the year ends.
So you want Carmelo Hayes to have 2 belts, huh? Or 3 belts in this case, until they make a new one.
Well, Keith Lee did it. Remember? Here's the thing about it. Let's put it this way too. Yes, the NXT UK title were nice looking belts, but they're not going to keep those belts around. I guarantee you, come Tuesday, they're going to retire those belts. All
and
the UK belts,
new belts.
I doubt it. They'll just keep those belts that they have right now, because it's NXT, not NXT UK. I think if not, maybe for a couple of weeks they'll carry both belts, but I think eventually it'll just be one belt. So by the time we get to Carmelo versus Braun, it'll be Carmelo with his one title and Braun with his one belt, and that's it. That's what I do. Because who do you? I mean, you're not gonna do fucking. You're not gonna go back to Joe Gacy versus Braun Breaker. You're not gonna go to Tony D'Angelo, he hasn't even touched yet in the ring, got 1-on-1. And no, I do not want to hear Grayson Waller. Get the fuck out of here. No.
Come on, man. You don't want to see the Waller effect? Come on, brother.
You know what? Just for that, Mike, say it, bro.
The Waller effect, baby. Bros before hoes, he did that.
Bros before hoes, he did that. Bros before hoes, he did that. Oh, God, yo. How you coming, bro? How you coming? But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So, again, I thought Worlds Collide was a very good show to sit through, on that literally yesterday, as you were getting ready for All Out. And that is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, what we're about to get into. We're about to get into AEW All Out that went down. And of course, yes, I forgot to show this photo, but the show wrapped up basically with Braun Breaker holding on both titles. You can't hate on that. This guy's a star. Yeah. Keeps his head on straight. This guy's gonna be a big name. I'm telling you guys right now. Just as long with Julius Creed, so is Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. But anyway, now let's get into AEW All Out that went live literally yesterday from the Now Arena in Chicago. In case you guys weren't aware, we did a live Wrestle Companion to All Out. Want to thank you all who tuned in. We had a fun time doing this. I thought, listen, going into the show, I'm gonna be very honest. I'm not hating on the show. I'm not. But if you would have told me, if you would have asked me, all right, on Friday or Thursday, hey, yo, Steve, out of the 3 shows, who do you think will be the show of the weekend, right? If you rack them up in order, right? Like from number 1 being the top show of the weekend to number 2, 3 being like, in the bottom, right? I would have told you All Out number 1, Worlds Collide number 2, and my bad, Clash of the Castle number 2, and Worlds Collide number 3. I'll be honest here, 100%. I don't know how you guys may feel about this, but I have this right now, and I'm shocked that I'm saying this. I have Clash of the Castle as number 1, Worlds Collide number 2, and All Out number 3. And y'all may think, oh, I'm sucking up the WWE. No, I'm not. Not at all. That's about it. I felt like their show. Was it a bad show? No, it was not. Was it their weakest show out of all the pay-per-view that they've had throughout the year? Yeah, I think it was.
It was.
I mean, it was. Yeah, All Out was the weaker, their weaker show, but I can't put it number 3. I'll do it number 2 in my eyes.
Yeah, I wasn't that invested with.
Romy, by the way, I did not fall asleep.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you were getting tired near the end, but
I was, bro, we were dead, bro. We
were exhausted. Yeah,
and you know what's funny?
Once I heard that press conference,
my homie Lou was like, yo, you guys should just like. I think Ronan goes in the chat, like, yo, you guys go do the watch onto the media scrum. I'm like, no, we're not. I'm not putting.
We should have though.
We should have. But at the same time, yo, as the host of the show here, I'm not gonna put you guys through that torture. You guys sat through 4 hours of wrestling.
We didn't expect the press conference to be like that, so that wasn't.
No one did.
Yeah.
I can see how you have it in order. The length, weighed down on All Out. If you cut out a lot of stuff, it's a much better show. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I'll say this. For a show that had like 15 matches, right? I'm impressed that they ended the show by the time midnight hit. I was impressed. I was fucking impressed. They ended that show at midnight. Yes, there was college football games too. Fully aware of that. College football games. I'm aware of that too. Okay. But anyway, this is what I thought. Big Mike, your thoughts on All Out as a whole? Do you kind of agree with what I'm saying here? As far as the ranking of the shows and all that stuff.
I wanna put it number 2 out of the 3, but yeah, it's probably gotta go number 3 because I kind of enjoyed, even though I missed a match with Worlds Collide, I enjoyed that more than All Out, and of course I enjoyed the Clash at the Castle way more than both of those. So yeah, I guess I agree with your ranking.
Walter, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I'm leaning the same way because even though I wasn't too invested in Worlds Collide, that was such an easy watch too, and I don't know, it just flew so well, just like Clash of the Castle, All Out. Not everything was great. That's the problem. There was some good moments, and it wasn't a bad show, but I couldn't put it past the other 2. No.
Yeah, from the jump, we knew that it was going to be a handful.
Yeah. It was from the jump. Right. You guys knew what you guys were signing up for. But it's one of those things where it's like I've seen better All Out. The All Out last year, holy shit, was completely night and day. Yeah. Complete night and day
and stuff. Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I will say this: they worked on their time constraints. I think again, it's a miracle that they ended the show by the time we hit midnight. But we'll get into the other stuff. We'll get into it. All right, we will. Just hang on tight, okay? Hang on tight. I did watch the 0 hour. I thought Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello defending their AAA mixed tag team titles against Ruby Soho and Ortiz. It was a whatever match. I didn't really care much about it, to be honest with you. But Sammy and Ty got the win. That's all you need to know about that. From there, you had Hook defending his FTW championship against Angelo Parker of the JAS. And again, a short match. I love that Action Bronson was at ringside, or I'm not sitting in the front row. In case you guys don't know, he does the theme song for Hook. Just pointing that out as well. At the end, obviously Hook got the win, but they were trying to attack it. Then Action Bronson came in, trying to make the save. Just threw Parker and Menard around the ring like a rag dolls and shit. So that was cool to see, if you get what I'm saying. From there, we had Eddie Kingston Pac versus Kip Sabian for the All Atlantic Championship. This match went on 12 minutes for no reason whatsoever. I think it shouldn't be to anyone's surprise that Pac got the win, because let's be real about it. You're not going to keep Kip Sabian the fucking title. Get the fuck out of here. Just so he's talking to a fucking box after the match is over with. From there, you had Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii, the rematch. I thought it was okay for what it was worth. Eddie Kingston got the win, so there was that. All right. Let's get to the main card. They kicked off the show with the casino ladder match. Oof. You had, I know. You had Claudio Castagnoli. You had Wheeler Yuta, who were both Ring of Honor champion. Claudio being the Ring of Honor world champion. Wheeler Yuta being the pure champion. Penta El Zero Miedo, Ray Phoenix. You had Andrade. You had Roosh. You had Dante Martin. I'm a sucker for these. What happened?
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I'll let you start off, Mike. What your thoughts overall, Mike?
I'm gonna say this: Dante Martin was the only unbiased wrestler in that match.
What you mean by
that? And I'll say everybody was a team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happened when your partner gets hurt? What happens when your partner gets hurt?
Every that's what made this match so weird. Everybody was a team, and nobody, like, your opportunity is a world title match. I don't care if I'm a team with you. I want this world title match. And with everybody helping everybody that they're teammates with in this match, just made it so stupid, in my opinion, up until we got to that part.
Yeah. For me, I like these multi-person matches, like for the Casino Battle Royal. I'm a sucker for Battle Royals. I really, really am. I hated how they executed the Joker. I hated it.
Yeah, that was weird too.
Like, there's a moment where you had Claudio grabbing a ladder, like he's connecting it and shit. He didn't know what the fuck to do with it. And you have Andrade.
Nobody knew what to do with a ladder in this match.
Andrade just laying there. Here's the thing about it too. I hated how we used the Ring of Honor World Champion in Claudio in a waste of a fucking match.
Yeah. Just the way that he came out. The way that he came out, he
just any other guy.
European uppercuts. Who did he do that to? Was it? It was Roosh. The European uppercuts Roosh, and then he goes straight to Wheeler Yuta, like, "Are you okay?" It's like, no, I'm gonna beat you up too because I want this world title match.
Walter, what about you, brother?
Yeah, this match made no sense whatsoever. Like you guys said, they're all tag teams. They're all working like tag teams, which is all right. But then the whole match, come on. The most exciting parts was with Penta and Phoenix, killing each other. And that was the start of the match, I felt like. But nope, a minute later, you get the Joker shit. And that whole sequence was just such a mess. I mean, I guess what happened at the end of the night made sense, but I don't know. This was just kind of lame for an opener.
There's so much bullshit to get to the end.
That's what I'm saying.
To get to the fucking end. Can't wait for Stokely versus Punk at Grand Slam.
Right? He's the one who really got it.
Right. He the one who took it down.
Yeah.
Exactly. From there, so there's that. We had the Joker come out and he gave it to him and shit. And it's funny because everyone unmasked themselves. You had Ethan Page, you had Lee Moriarty, you had what did you have here? Colton Gunn, Austin Gunn, and W. Morrissey, who on the Wednesday beat the fuck out of who did he beat the fuck out of on Wednesday night?
It was Peter Avalon.
Yeah, the wingman.
Wingman.
And here he is, just another nobody, just someone else though in the background. I hated that. I really, really did.
Yeah, makes no sense, but whatever. I mean, we got the point at the end of the night, but still, it's just weird ways to do it. Just to use a match to enhance something like that. I get it, but at the same time, was it really needed? It was just for these guys to get on the card.
Facts. From there, we get into the we have the Elite of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the Dark Order of Hangman Page and the Dark Order of Alex Reynolds and John Silver. I gotta take a call, so Big Mike, give me your thoughts on the match. I'll be back.
Okay, this match was a banger, but off of that whole Joker mess and the blunder of a match that we saw beforehand, it was kind of hard to be like, yo, this match is great. It's like we're still stuck on what happened before and why is it even placed second? But outside of that, this was a good match. I mean, from all guys, involved. The finish was okay. But with all guys involved, it was a good match, and it turned out to be, one of the greatest matches of the night. Walter, what about you?
Yeah, I think we could. Some people could arguably say this was match of the night. I thought this was the true opener. I know it's not really the opener, but
yeah,
it felt like the opener in terms of how the match went. The match flew, quality-wise, great. I was just thinking in my head, damn, Hangman and Kenny Omega, they just main evented a pay-per-view almost last year, and now they're like fiddling here. Second match on the card. But the whole point, I get it, is for the trios title. It should have been later during the show, but I get it. You want people to, start with a bang because that opener was not it. So I guess Tony Khan did what to do there. And they did good. All of them did good. Obviously the right team went over. This whole tournament was for the
Elite
and Kenny, for the Elite, and it made perfect sense. Hangman Page, he's probably torn after what happened. Like it made sense how he accidentally clotheslines, John Silver, and it makes it seem like he still has ties to the Elite. That was the whole storyline part. Why Dark Order was in the finals.
It was even that way. It was even that way from jump when he started out with Nick Jackson, and they do a little sequence, and then they shake hands.
Yeah.
And then Matt's on outside like, "What the heck are you doing? Tag me in!" Boom, and then it goes from there. And then the chemistry is so deep rooted with these guys. The buckshot lariat goes out of his favor for the finish. But it was all meant for the Elite.
Right.
Could you pull up the rest of the?
That's what I'm about to say. Cause I don't know how.
Yeah, the rest of the thing because I'm on a mobile device.
We'll get it. I will. Yeah, but no, that was a good match. And they were supposed to be in the press conference, and what happened after that. So, the next match was a short one, the TBS title match. Yeah. It was Jade Cargill against Athena, right? That's her name?
Athena. Yeah, Athena. It's Athena. It's not Ember Moon.
Okay.
It's Athena.
It was short to the point, like all Jade Cargill matches are, which is fine. I get it. She's still, I guess she's sort of green. I don't know how you would call that, but you got to the point, and you weren't going to have her lose.
Right. And
I am back. What it do, baby?
I'm back.
Welcome back, Skip.
My dad called, so I had to pick up his call.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
So
what was your thoughts on the trios match? Huh?
I thought overall it was a good match. But again, I said it before. I'll say it. You watch one elite match, you've seen them all, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
You watch one elite match, you've seen them all. They did this whole tournament just to please the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Tony Khan even said, "Listen, we do have trios belts, but we're gonna bring them back once Kenny Omega returns." Once you hear that, it's like, all right, I already know winning this whole shit. I don't need to, you know what I mean? I thought their match was good. I thought overall, the little thing at the end where Heyman went for the buckshot lariat and he by accident hit John Silver.
Yeah.
And that kind of cost. We'll see where they go from there. We'll see where they go, But I really do think, had the I'll just call them this, the Undisputed Era, right? Had they not been hurt, I'm going to say this right now. Had they not been hurt, right? Had Kyle not had to get surgery, had Adam Cole been 100%, and had Bobby, renewed his deal, right? All this other shit, that would have been the finals, I feel like, of the tournament.
Yeah.
And you finally have the match. Sucks you're not going to get it now.
Yeah.
But there was that. The Elite are now the trios tag team champions. I'm reading some comments here. Morrissey's going to be the new heater for MJF. Going to build to he and Wardlow. She's green. She's green.
She was.
She's
At
green.
least
I was getting ready to say that same
Wonder
thing.
if Jay will play the
Just like
She-Hulk in the next
She-Hulk.
movie. I don't know.
That was her inspiration.
So let's move on here. We go to Jade Cargill versus Athena for the TBS title. And here's the thing about this match, right? I said this a long time ago, and I'm going to say it again. With Jade Cargill, less is good. Less is good. They literally went under 5 minutes. Thank you. They don't listen. Jade Cargill, listen, we said this before. She is the future of that women's division, right? If you're going to build around somebody down the road, as much as we love Thunder Rosa, as much as you love Tony Storm, as much as you love all these other individuals that they have on that roster, Jade Cargill is someone you build towards the future.
Yeah.
I agree.
But at the same time, and I agree with those that also say it feels like they have two separate women's divisions. Right?
They do.
As you have here Tony Storm and all of them doing their shit, and then here's Jade Cargill with the people who they view for the B show doing their other shit here. And they don't let's be real about it. That's what it is. That's what it feels like.
Rampage.
Yeah.
But I thought the match for what it was worth, I was fine with it. It didn't go long. You don't expect Jay to do a Joshi Pro style of a match. I don't want to hear it. All right. Big Mike, your thoughts on that match?
Oh, like you said before, good. Less than 5 minutes, short and sweet, cool. Was the action in that short and sweet match good? I mean, she hit She hit like 2 O faces in that match. Didn't get the job done for Athena, but Cargill wins, and that's all that matters.
Facts. Walter, your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I sort of gave my thoughts when you were gone, but other than that, like you said, short is better. We don't know how, you don't want to really drag Jade Cargill matches, especially if she's not really up to that level yet, nor do you want to do that in general. Maybe down the road you could do it with someone like Chris Statlander or something. But, this was another impressive win for her, and you knew Athena wasn't going to win, so it didn't have to go long.
Facts. So I'm reading the comments here. Team Couponer writes here. God damn it. AEW was smart by keeping Jade matches under 10 minutes. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more, Team Couponer. So let's move on here. Let's move on because, again, it's a shitload of matches to get into. You had what I thought was Not bad. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We ain't there yet. We will be though. We had Wardlow at FTR versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. I thought their match for a trios match, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
For what it was worth. It ended up with Wardlow getting the win for his team. And yeah, that's all I can really say about it, to be honest. Again, it was great to see the Motor City Machine Guns on a big platform. Right, Mike? Detroit natives.
Yeah, it was.
Even though they were chanting "fuck Detroit" in the audience, they're chanting that. But,
Oh, Detroit Twitter was that watches wrestling said "F you" back to Chicago, and I loved every tweet that I saw.
Fair enough. But again, I
Because
thought
we show no
overall,
love to Chicagoans.
reading the comment here from TN Couponer, wonder if we will ever get a FTR versus Motor City Machine Guns on the next pay-per-view. I don't think so. I think for the Motor City Machine Guns, it was a one
why
and
would you
done.
want to see it? We saw it last night.
Exactly. Well, I would love to see them go 1-on-1, 2-on-2, if you will, for those tag.
It's no 1-on-1. It's 2-on-2.
For the 2-on-2s for the tag belts down the road. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, all seriousness, yeah, why not? But it probably won't happen. But yeah, it is what it is. But I thought, in my opinion, this match was okay. Like I said before, man, I like Wardlow and I like the whole Powerbomb symphony, but they need to tone that down just a little bit. It's like you're a monster. You drawing this out makes it seem very unbelievable in my eyes, and that's what been my problem with his finisher since the beginning. It just takes a long time. I know people want you to do it over and over and over again, but it's like, I get it.
Fair enough. Yeah, we get it. Walter, your thoughts of the match, bro?
Yeah, I thought the match was, it did drag. That's the problem. It dragged for no reason. I get it. You want FTR and the Motor City Machine Guns to, do their spots, but honestly, it should have been Wardlow doing his thing, which he did at the end. You could have cut this match, maybe 7 to 10 minutes.
Respectable. Let's see where they go from here. Let's see what happens. We move on to Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks. This match went about 5 minutes and 5 seconds, which I'm fine with. Less is good here.
I'll be back, guys.
Powerhouse Hobbs did us a favor. He did us a favor here, and you know what? We know this will be a long show. We put this guy. Let me get him out of here in 5 minutes, and that's what he did. Sucks for Ricky Starks because he cut this amazing these promos building up to the pay-per-view, and it's like, here you are getting squashed in 5 minutes. But yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know why they did that. I thought they really were sort of high on him. And I get it. You want Powerhouse Hobbs. I agree. You should push him too, and he should look dominant. He shouldn't have a long match. So I kind of get that. But I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I just felt weird that Ricky Starks was the one to lose like that. That's all.
And not for nothing, too. I think what this does also, it builds up, hopefully down the road, by the time we get to Arthur Ashe, a match between Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs for the TNT title. Because after all, Wardlow needs contenders to go up against. And I think him and Powerhouse Hobbs, if the two big guys go at it, and Arthur Ashe, a hot crowd in New York, I'm all in on it. I'm for it.
Yeah, you got to put. Now, you can't just fuck around with Powerhouse Hobbs now. You gave him a nice win, a dominant win at this pay-per-view. So you got to push him at least somewhat.
Yeah. So from there, I'm sure I'll ask Mike again when he comes back in eventually. I'll ask him, but we have what I thought was the match of the night. In my opinion, this was, I thought, the match of the night. The match that stole the show. Swerve in Our Glory of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland defending the AEW tag titles against the Acclaimed of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. This was, I thought, the match of the night, bro. And who'd have thought? Who the fuck would have thought going into this whole thing that, this would have been the match of the night? I know there are people who thought they should have done an audible, right? The Acclaim should have won, all that stuff. And I thought overall they went out there, all two teams went out there and they tore the house down. But yeah, man, I can't say more about this, brother. Again, this is a fucking good match. The near falls in this too. And if anything, listen, you want to run it back in New York. Run it back in Arthur Ashe. Because I think it mean more for them if they do the rematch in New York. Again, both Bowens and Caster are from the tri-state area. You want to get the crowd to go crazy about it. So there's that. What about you, Walter? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with you. This was match of the night. It was just fun to watch. The crowd really loves the Acclaim. They are hot right now. And even though they're hot, I still felt it was the best thing to do not to have them win. I felt like there wasn't really much build up to this. So that's the only reason why I felt the way I felt. But the match was still good nonetheless. And it was pretty cool. Like, Swerve and Our Glory is not really a heel tag team, but they had to act like one. And overall, I thought the match was good. I thought the team winning was fine. And like you said, I think they might build this to Grand Slam where the Acclaim could win those belts.
Fair enough. But we'll see where things go. Again, I'll ask Mike when he comes back. I know he's a little busy right now, but when he comes back, I'll ask him his quick thoughts on the two matches that he didn't cover. From there, we go on to the Fatal 4-Way to crown the interim women's champion between Toni Storm, Britt Baker, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida. Thought the match was okay. Nothing to go crazy about here. Nothing going to pull your hair back on this. Everyone literally thought that Britt Baker was going to win, and it didn't happen. Thankfully, didn't happen. Thankfully. But to me, it was kind of silly, right? An interim champion. He's cut off another interim title. Here we go with another one now. So yeah, Toni Storm got the win, bro. That's all I can say about it. You got your thoughts on the match?
I thought the match was the Fatal 4-Way. Toni Storm winning the match it kind of makes sense because I'm assuming she was going to beat Thunder Rosa for the belt. But if that wasn't the case, it would have been nice for Hayter to win. The crowd loved her.
Yeah, they did.
It was weird when Toni Storm won because it's like, happy for her, but we really wanted Hayter to win.
It's like, we like you, but we wanted the other girl.
Yeah, but they did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, they had to do what they had to do. Storm was going to win. That's predictable. And, it was a decent match. Nothing crazy. It was decent.
Facts. Big facts. Big Mike, your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I thought the Fatal 4-Way was okay. You go in knowing that Shida's not going to win it. There's a possibility of Britt Baker winning it. Everybody wanted Hayter to win it, but Toni Storm won it because, like Walter said, she probably was going to beat Thunder Rosa for it. But it was a decent match. The crowd was somewhat dead for the match up until like Hayter started to get some ground. And then it just sucked the wind out of him just a tad bit once Toni won. But it was decent. It was decent enough to watch. I mean, it could have been skippable, but it was decent.
Yeah, it really, really was. Mike, I know you were gone, but me and Walter gave our thoughts on the tag title match between Swerve and Our Glory and the Acclaimed, and of course between Powerhouse and Ricky Starks. Your thoughts on those two matches, bro, real quick.
Yeah, those Swerve and Our Glory versus
the Acclaimed.
The
Acclaimed.
Listen.
The Acclaimed. Yeah, sorry.
Scissor me, daddy.
Listen.
Scissor me, daddy.
Yeah. Scissor me, daddy. Yeah. But yeah, that match, I would have killed to be in the arena when that match happened because the crowd was going crazy for the Acclaim, going crazy for Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn was as over as he was in 98, 99 with DX.
He revived his
So,
career. Holy shit, reviving his career.
revived his career. He took a flashback to the Attitude Era for being that over last night. But it was a good match. I mean, the false finishes in that match was ridiculous. You thought it would have been over in one part, but in the kick out, it's just crazy. But I thought that was match of the night, in my opinion, for that match.
Big facts. And your thoughts on Ricky Stark versus Powerhouse Hobbs, real quick.
It was there.
It's there. All right, let's move on.
There.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. From there, we go to Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Before the match even kicked off, Luchasaurus came out from the wrong tunnel and choke slammed the fuck out of Jungle Boy off to on the stage area, and then threw him to Christian Cage where he beat him in 20 seconds. Less is good. So yeah, it was there. Big Mike
probably was there too.
It was there too.
There.
Walter, do you agree? It was there.
Yeah, apparently Christian has a shoulder injury.
Yeah, too. From
he
what
had
I
the
heard.
Gronkowski sleeve on. I was wondering.
Yeah,
what was
that's the only reason. The only reason why it apparently didn't go along. But they could have had Luchasaurus face Jungle Boy instead. But I guess teach their own.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of technically happened.
Yeah. From there, we go on to Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson. I thought they had a very good match. Went back and forth. Lionheart, Chris Jericho. He did two lion salts.
Yeah, and you didn't pop for him.
Well, again, it was in the moment. We're already drained out.
You were drained out, yes.
You said he was gonna pop if you said
he was out of it by this time.
He was out of it. Yeah, he was out of it, bro.
I was out of it. What's going on, Safet? What's up, brother? But yeah, man, I thought overall they had a very good showing here. Obviously better than their match from NXT many, many moons ago. I'll be down to see them do it again in New York. Sign me up here. Because you think about it, right? Jericho beat him in that Anarchy in the Arena match at Double or Nothing. Beats him here at All Out. You got to get a win back. And I say to Arthur Ashe, run it back one more time in Arthur Ashe. And Daniel Garcia was watching from the back on a monitor, so he might be involved in some way down the road too, so we'll see. Walter, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I thought it was not bad. I don't know. It just wasn't really into it as much. I don't know why. I mean, Jericho, he could have. I don't think he should have won. That's probably the problem there. But if you're gonna prolong the storyline, I guess I see why he won. It's just like why is Danielson? He shouldn't be losing matches like this much. But I get it. He likes putting people over, and that's perfectly fine. But come on, you gotta be world champ soon. I'd hope so eventually.
Yeah, Big Mike.
Yeah, I mean, just like Walter, who wasn't really into it as much. I mean, I knew what type of match it was gonna be. You got high work rate, Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
The work rate, buddy. The work rate.
Yeah, the work rate, and the American Dragon. I was more entertained by his entrance than the match. Well, I was entertained by the match, but the entrance is funny. The guy singing and stuff. But it was it was a decent match. Jericho shouldn't have won, and in the way that he won too, because it's out of gimmick. You did the Judas effect, and Lionheart didn't have the Judas effect back then. You should just went with the Lion.
So dumb.
Jericho or Lion Tamer. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I think
something like that. But it is what it is.
But I think you're running back in New York. I do think. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. They also announced that AEW's next pay-per-view will be. You guys already know the vibe already. You guys know where I stand with this. Okay, in the best arena in the country, down in November, at the Prudential Center. That's right. It's going down.
Yeah,
AEW.
New York stuff.
They even, I know they did. Those bastards, right? So they're going to be literally 2 days of AEW, November 18th, the Friday for a live Rampage, and Saturday, November 19th at the Prudential Center for Full Gear. So I'm game. I'm down for it. And thankfully, when I go, I can park my car in the garage. I don't gotta take the train and all that shit. So I'm happy. Sign me the fuck up. Scissor me, daddy ass. Holy shit. I swear to God, if a girl ever says that to me, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna be all right.
I'll be all right. Yeah, okay, yeah. From there, we get the co-main event of Darby Allin and Sting and Miro versus the House of Black of Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. This match went about 12 minutes. Thought it was okay. You knew Sting wasn't going to take no L here. And I thought overall,
right.
it was a solid match, to be honest with you, okay? There were speculations that almost said apparently. For those who watched, who were in the building, they noticed that Malachi Black hugged the members of the House of Black and did a bow as he walked away. Some are indicating that, hey, this was his final match. He's taking time off. From what I've heard also, that they reached, Tony Khan and Malachi reached they reached a deal, I guess, or something like that, where things are, are settled now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But your thoughts on the match, Walter?
I think I was eating most of the match, so I caught the end, I think, and it was all right. I mean, I wasn't really into it, and especially Malachi Black, he's not into it. He took back-to-back pinfalls. I think, the match he had in Rampage and now this one, he's gone, bro. It's either he's gone or he's taking a break. I mean, that's literally what it is.
I want to hope he's just taking a break, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Big Mike, your thoughts on this match?
I mean, the way that this stuff is going, especially after what we saw after the show, somebody got to be the scapegoat to get let go.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Somebody got to be a scapegoat. So, I mean, if this is his last hurrah, this is his last hurrah. But the match was cool. Like you said before, Sting wasn't going to win. Wasn't going to lose this match at all. Especially this late in the show. It's like a waste of his time. And it was okay. It was okay. It was what it was worth. So. It is what it is.
On Shop AEW, the Acclaim's Scissor Me Daddy shirts is the top selling shirt. Impressive.
Wow.
So who's ready for the main event?
I'm ready for the main event.
We had the main event of CM Punk versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, man. But when the show is over,
yeah, I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
I thought their match was pretty good for what it was worth. The crowd was very pro CM Punk. They were chanting "Fuck Ohio, fuck Ohio."
That's right.
I get it.
That's right.
Oh, that's the one time that Chicago and Detroit come together. Fuck Ohio. That's the only time. Okay.
Yeah. Like Bloods and Crips. Gotta go after somebody else.
Whoa, Mike. What are you saying here, Mike? Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. Was that not how that was supposed to go?
I guess. Right. You knew going in that Punk was going to win. Let's be honest here, okay? Everyone and their mother knew. Did I agree with it? What they did on TV 2 weeks ago? No. I get it, but I didn't agree with it. I can understand. Let me just correct myself. I can understand what they were trying to go with. This wasn't for me. But I thought for a match, I'm like, yo, I'm good. I don't like to see it again, and I still don't. I don't want to see it again. But move on. Let's move on from all this shit, right? Punk is the new champion. And then the lights went out. They played a voicemail from Tony Khan and all that shit. The Joker came out, and it turns out it was none other than the one, the only MJF. He's back. He is back, and he looked at Punk and did this, and that's how they went off the air. Big Mike, your thoughts on the match?
I mean, we got to see the devil at the end. Happy to see him for who he is.
Happy to see the devil. Whoa, Mike, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. I can't do that. Sorry, guys.
Whoa,
But
come on, man. Come on, man.
Fucking Mark!
But we all knew it was gonna be MJF. You know, just from his walk from the beginning and all that stuff, you just knew who it was. A good video package leading up to that part, and the sounds of Tony Khan pleading and begging, or so it was supposed to be Tony Khan pleading and begging for him to come back, and it has to be at that time. The match itself, I mean, we were drained by that time.
I was dead. Yo,
we were freaking drained. But the match itself, I mean, it was a good match. It was a really good match. Wasn't that many false finishes either. They wanted to beat the crap out of themselves, to blood everywhere. It was a good match, but you gotta please Phil. So Phil got what he wanted.
Phil got what he wanted, man. That darn Phil, man. Let me tell you, he got what he wanted. Phil wasn't taking shit from nobody.
Yeah, he's tired of wrestling pricks. So
the wrestling pricks,
he had to get what he wanted.
Children and shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. Walter, your thoughts, man. Your thoughts on the match overall.
And the match, it was. I won't say it wasn't bad. I guess it picked up near the end. It wasn't that long. So was it long? I don't think it was that long. But yeah, I mean, obviously we knew Punk was gonna win. That was obvious. Moxley got his nice little run there. Beating up Punk. But at the end of the day, Chicago, Punk's main eventing. He's not fucking losing.
He ain't
and that was the case.
Nope.
Yeah, and MJF. Coming back, that was predictable, but it makes sense. That's the story you have to go with. That was obvious. Like, you got to have MJF back. Now, I don't know. I mean, obviously he's a heel, but I don't know. Those roles could easily be reversed.
Mm-hmm. They could be. I mean, from what
it
seemed like from Dynamite to now, from him trying to sign the contract and him going off on that fan, it seems like he's treading waters right now, turning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could we see double turn? MJF face and Punk heel turn? Maybe so.
Yeah, it could be a double turn. It could be.
Yo, that media scrum Punk went off. Yeah, no shit, he went off.
Just talk about that.
Everybody was
crazy.
Yeah. There's a comment here that I read earlier. Fuck. I think it was Couponer who asked this question earlier. Regarding, I guess, Punk's behavior and all that shit, right? There you go. Do you think Punk is helping to create an unhealthy environment? Well, let's get into that. So I'm sure we didn't watch it live, but after the
I did watch it live.
Well, of course you did. Oh, so you guys stuck around, watch it live after I left? You guys stuck around?
Yeah, that's why I was. I was watching. I was like, I might as well watch it. I got it queued up, and when it came on, it literally came on with him
going
in the middle, not in the middle of him going off on Colt Cabana, but it was like, well, let's freaking talk about it. And he just a million miles a minute just went off.
Oh my
God!
What do you guys want to talk about?
I just turned my TV up so the guys can hear it, and we were dying. We were dying laughing. That's why I told you in the group chat we should have stayed on.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, and I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't want to put you guys. Okay, listen, we sat through 4 hours of wrestling already,
bro. That woke me up.
I get it. I get it. And I was already tired. Up at that point, I'm like, yo, we're good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you would have watched it live, that would have woke you up.
What woke me? Yeah, probably would have. So let's talk about it. Yeah, Punk went off. He went off on Colt Cabana, Scott Colton.
Yeah, Scott Colton.
Talked about how him and his mom share a bank account.
Yeah.
Talked about how he hasn't mentioned him for so long, but here you guys are again. If you want to know what we're talking about here. There are talks that CM Punk is the reason why Colt Cabana was sent to Ring of Honor. He went off on the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Hangman Page.
Hangman Adam Page called him, went to business for himself. How, you know, I want to see what they will say to Terry Funk and all that shit. And, you know, I'll be honest. These media scrums, when I see Tony Khan on them, it's so cringeworthy, bro. It's so fucking cringe. It is.
It's like he didn't know what to say.
It's like, no, dude, it was even worse. He's sitting there. My man is just sitting there with his head down. All uncomfortable and shit. All uncomfortable. But I get it too. He's excited. Oh my God. Again, he's a super fan, right? He has his the guys that he grew up watching next to him right there. He probably never thought in a million years, oh my God, this is going to happen. Never thought so. And here he is. Here he is.
I want to compare Tony Khan to this. Steve, you might not get it because I don't know if you play Madden. I guess you don't play Madden. But when you make a career.
Bro, when I play Madden, dude, bro, I'm the man of Madden, bro. You want to know my secret is?
What team you use?
No. You want to know my secret is?
You play Madden?
When I go to the plays, ask Madden. Here you go. I'll never lose. But listen. If you're a Madden player, it would have to be so embarrassing to lose to a FIFA player. I'm just saying, okay?
True, but this is why I'm going to compare Tony Khan. Tony Khan is when you create a franchise as an owner and you give you those little three choices to be as either a past player, fan of the team, or mogul. He's the mix between the fan and the mogul running a wrestling business. Because just the way that he acts in these scrums, it's crazy.
Yes, dude. And I think also, just like us, bro, he's probably tired as fuck too.
He probably is.
And then he has to sit there in front of these fucking goofs in the fucking media, listen to these questions and shit. Oh, listen, I don't know any of these folks, so when I say it out of kindness, okay? Just saying that right now. All right.
And not only he called out those wrestlers that you said, he called out so-called journalists,
Brian Alvarez,
who was there in attendance, and Dave Meltzer, and threw little shots at SRS.
And again, you know, there was that. I didn't say it, but yeah, he took shots, bro. And you know, for Punk, I get it, dude. For CM Punk, I get it. In the sense of he tried to be a professional. He's been there. He's seen it all. He's done it all.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, you guys haven't even seen shit. All right, I'll give you this example, okay? I'm sure we all watched The Last Dance, right?
Yeah.
We all watched The Last Dance, right? It was a great documentary, right? 10-part series, right?
It was okay.
When Jordan comes back, right? And he has to fucking light a fire on the team that he basically left and came back. And, you know, you see guys like Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, right? Yeah, you guys saw what happened, right? He got into a fight with Steve Kerr. He punched him and shit, tried to light a fire. That's basically what it is right now. He's trying to light a fire under everyone on the roster who hasn't experienced the success that CM Punk has experienced. You know, let's be honest here. CM Punk is above all this bullshit right now. He is.
Is he though?
I mean, his name carries weight still, right? No matter how you feel about him, his name carries weight.
And who gave him that weight?
The people.
Exactly.
The people. And not just the people that run the company, not the people, not the people that pay his checks. No, the people that literally talked about him for all this time that he was gone. Everyone that was saying, "Oh my God, CM Punk, when he come back, here he is," and now y'all got to deal with him.
Yeah, they created this monster.
Now you fix it. And then for Tony Khan to talk about Jim Crockett, oh, you know, I got more money than Jim Crockett, brother. Jim Crockett. Dude, and again, I didn't grow up in the Crockett era. I didn't grow up in that era, all right? I did not. And yes, Jim Crockett made some mistakes as well over the years. Let's be honest here. No promoter is perfect. Okay. But I don't recall Jim Crockett, rest in peace, ever going off like that on the media. I don't recall Jim Crockett next to Harley Race and Ric Flair on a media scrum going cuckoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying, bro. Listen, again, I want to see Tony Khan succeed. I really, really do.
I mean, the route that he's going, it
ain't it, homie. It ain't it.
No, it is not, and it's in a route where only one outcome can happen. You're gonna consume all of this crap. Well, yeah, this is where I'm gonna take it to. He's consuming all of this crap because he's angry that 2 shows was in the same weekend as him, and then taking it out on the media, and he's gonna do something about it. It's gonna.
Well, guess what, dude?
It's only one outcome.
Well, bro, listen. Guess what? I live next to a Wawa, and I live next to a Quick Check. I'm pretty sure Wawa and Quick Check don't go off of one another. What the fuck? I'm just saying, bro. Like, listen, you don't run Labor Day. Granted, yeah. No, in the sense of you don't run that. When I say you don't run, like you don't own that date.
Right.
Where is this? Okay, you hated that. Okay, Tony Khan hated that that Triple H, right? I can't say Vince anymore because Vince is no longer around. Ran a show during Labor Day weekend. Okay, where'd that same energy for Brett Lauderdale and GCW?
Yeah, all the other shows that took place the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Where's that energy?
Because they're not a threat to him. That's why.
That's true.
Well, if he feels threatened, then
that's when
it's only one outcome. Like it's only one outcome.
Yeah, like they could take shots easily, but when like WWE does that shit, or if they like try to talk to their talents.
But if WWE were to do, it's pettiness. It's so disrespectful. How dare you guys be above all this shit? But when Tony Khan does it, no, it's you gotta put the blind eye. Everyone puts the blind eye to this shit.
He's just I don't know why he's bitter about it. Like the WWE had those dates set too. They're not trying to steal your damn spotlight. They didn't even run the show against yours. They just had it the same weekend.
They had it the same weekend. To be fair, Clash of the Castle was on a Saturday. Worlds Collide ended hours before the 0-1 hour.
Right.
And it's not like they were in the same city.
Right. One was in Florida, one was overseas.
Exactly. In a stadium. In a fucking stadium. Tony Khan owns a stadium in the UK and he can't run a show over there. He can't even do it.
Yeah, but it's nuts, man. It's only one. Like I said in our group chat, he's going to have to work 20 times as hard as Eric Bischoff if he wants to make some ground. If he's that angry. 20 times as hard because it's only one outcome. Once you get consumed with all of this notion that you're pissed off about this stuff, you got to do something about it, and you're going to hurt a lot of people once it doesn't succeed because you got to think about every act. You got to think about every avenue.
Exactly.
He just doesn't know how to handle all these.
Tony Khan is going the wrong route. Instead of yes, man, he needs people to tell him the truth. I agree with them 100%.
Yeah.
And with all of these guys in the back, like the EVPs and the coaches and all this stuff, somebody has to talk to, especially the guys they got as coaches. They've been around during that time of the late 90s and early 2000s and how that was affected on them as well on both sides of the spectrum. You know, guys lost jobs, but ended up going to WWE because they got bought out. And guys almost put WWE out. Almost. Until lightning happened. It's only one outcome for both of these guys. It's one outcome.
There's one outcome. And what did that
Somebody
outcome
got to go down.
Yes.
Say again?
And and I agree. You just said it. Someone has to go down. Yes. You know what it is too, bro? Again, we said this in 2019, right after the first, when AEW was coming on TV. Enjoy it now. Enjoy it now. But we didn't want to be the one to say we told you so. But we told y'all so.
Well, yeah, the roster was going to expand. Not everyone was going to get along, especially when you have EVPs as wrestlers. Like, it was bound to happen. Yeah, EVPs who've never been to the big stage.
There.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, dude. I bet you now Tony Khan is regretting letting go of Cody Rhodes. I bet you now he's eating crow.
Cody definitely had some problems with those EVPs too. That's what I'm gonna assume.
But you know what though, bro? There's one guy again, bro. Cody was not the one you should have just let go, hand off to WWE. Because guess this now, Cody. We talked about this earlier. He is going to be the one to beat Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Going to have that big moment, and remember, it's going to be in a stadium, right? It's going to be a big fucking moment. Well, Tony Khan is still trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with his roster. He needs to get it together. And I hope he does. I really, really do hope he does. Now, some will say, oh, this is a work. This is not for real. This is not. We don't know, man. But honestly,
why do a work over this? Why? Like, again, it just makes no sense to make it a work.
Gets people talking about it. That's what it is.
Like,
man.
I'd rather see Punk against Hangman now if this was a fucking work.
Like, we were talking about this too in our group chat. Who gains from this?
Nobody.
Nobody gains from this.
The only thing you get from it is people talking about it. People going on social media and talking about this and giving their assessments, giving bold predictions and shit, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But at the end of the day, Turner Network and Time Warner, they're not going to give a fuck about what people just say on social media based off what you're doing kayfabe wise and all that crap. But all I'm going to do, honestly, bro, listen, we're going to go to Arthur Ashe. We're going to have a good time out there. But at this point, I'm just letting this ride out. See where they go from here. See where the fuck they go.
Exactly. That's all we got to do.
I'm going to just,
see where it goes.
Puff and,
see where it goes. See how much of this unfolds. See what more news comes out. Because all we got is just the 3 hours of news that happened from.
Because there were talks. Because the Bucks and Omega were pissed off. They were pissed off. There was rumble about security being involved and all that shit. There were talks of EVPs willing to walk out.
Yeah. I mean, where are you gonna go once you walk out?
Yeah, it's not like you go back. Not like WWE gonna knock on your door.
Can't go to Ring of Honor. That's owned by the guy that you walked out from.
Exactly. I want to point this out also. It is Monday, right? What's on every Monday?
Raw.
Besides Monday Night Raw, what's on every Monday normally?
Around this time,
what's on
hip hop?
On the afternoon time on YouTube. What goes on? What's on Mondays in the afternoon on the YouTube channels?
Dark.
No.
Just tell us.
BT.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I'll be watching that shit. But yeah, now maybe there's something interesting to watch from there.
Yeah,
so.
but do you think?
We'll see.
Do you think they will put if this is on Being the Elite, and it doesn't look cheesy and it looks real, then we might have something. And if this looks anything like a storyline, this might die off because nobody's gonna care.
Whoop, whoop. You see that? I want to see. I want to see what the Young Buck put in their bio, because for a fact, everything feels right just about. Again, they haven't uploaded anything, so there's no BTE. That tells you something, right?
There you go. Or they
there's WrestleMania 40 in Philly. We planned it. So there's that guy. Listen, guys. I'm letting this shit out. I'm letting this ride out right now. literally, we're gonna put a bow on this because fuck, it's almost 3 hours, and I know again, guys,
There's gonna be
you guys
more like stuff coming
Yes.
out from that.
Yeah, it's
press
gonna be
conference.
some more
Yes.
stuff coming
So
out, yeah.
here's the plan, okay, guys. We'll be back live on Sunday with our regular Around the Point podcast that we usually do. I really did not plan it to go live for this long. Holy shit. But
Yeah,
again,
we had Triple H, Tony Khan, so
we got Triple H, Tony Khan on the air. We had them talking here. So for us, we wanted, to give you guys something, but it's gonna do it. It's gonna do it for us. Okay. Want to thank you all for tuning in on this Monday afternoon on Labor Day. I hope you all enjoyed it for what it's worth. We back Sunday for Around the Point. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, YouTube.com/HeelSteven. If you're on the channel right now, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, all that fun. Hit that bell notification. You're notified when I upload, when I go live, and all that stuff. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out. What you got going on, bro?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at DetroitGamer313, and also I'm gonna be doing a podcast with Matt the Misfit on. Let me see his podcast name again. It's called the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. So I'm gonna be on that. I don't know when he's gonna drop it. Did you guys
It's
hear
a
all of
weekly
that when I
thing?
blanked out?
It's a weekly
It's
thing,
not a
or-
weekly thing. It's not a weekly thing. He wants to talk about All Out. We were gonna talk about the news, but he nixed that. So I'm gonna be on that. I don't know when he's gonna upload it, but I'm gonna be on that too. And then every once in a while, I might get the invite to True Hill Heat.
For sure. Oh, whoa. Okay. And Walter, let them know where can they check you out, bro.
Yep, you can check me out on Twitter at Hey I'm Walter.
Hey, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Again, you guys have been awesome as always. All right. Once again, we're back on Sunday. Now, unless something happens, unless something crazy happens, right? We might, just
Pop up again.
Pop up again.
Yeah.
You'll just never know, bro. But just to let you guys know, me and Walter will be in New York for Arthur Ashe for Grand Slam. So if you see us, right, don't be a stranger. Say what's up. Buy us a drink. Why the fuck not? I already got my I'm already using my sick day on the Thursday. So yeah, there's that also. And I likely will be in Newark for the live Rampage and the Full Gear show. So that's the plan for now. Things can change. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. You guys have been awesome. Also want to point this out real quick before we wrap this up. This was a tweet from CM Punk in May of 2022. Let this marinate for a second. Doesn't matter if your opinion of your coworker is positive or negative. Stand with them because they'll do the same thing to you and you'll wish someone helped. Trust me, you're expendable. You're expendable. Together, you're unstoppable. Words to live by, Mr. Punk. For that being said, guys, let me see. Where is that shit? There you go. For myself, for Big Mike, for Walter, for Tony Khan, for Triple H, for taking the time out of their day. They have been awesome as fucking always.
Let's fucking go.
Again, they've been so fucking awesome as
Let's
always.
fucking go.
Fucking go. That's right. With that being said, guys, this has been another installment of Around the Point Extra. Peace out, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.